Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time again. We got another episode of From the Sidelines coming live and right to your eardrums. Episode number 110. We do have a special guest tonight, and as always, we will get to him in just a few minutes. But first, we got to bring in our co-hosts who are here every single week on the show. I'm going to bring in Brandon first tonight because he was killing it in the pre-show. Brando, what's going on, buddy? Did you do something different with your routine today? You're feeling alive? You're actually talking? We love
it's
that.
the headband. It's the headband. I see why Hatch just constantly wears the headband. It's a persona, you know. It's something else.
It's a persona like Doc.
Like,
yeah.
Why do you have to bring him on with our guest? Come on now.
God damn it. All right, good point. Moving past that, let's bring in our other co-host, Stephen Hatch. We got him on as always. It wouldn't be an episode of From the Sidelines without him.
Yep, we're here, dude, with the headband again. You know, it's just like a tradition for me now. It's like putting on underwear at this point. You just got to do it every time. And if you're not doing it, it just feels off, you know? I'm not going commando.
Strange metaphor, but all right, I'm here for it. Love that.
There we go.
That is a dope headband, by the way, too, because that's... How old is that one? You've worn it on every single episode at this point.
Older than our goddamn guest, that's for sure. Like, my goodness, you know? It's, I would say 2012, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's a vintage HK one. That's like...
For
They were
sure.
still PB fashion around that era, too.
Yep. This one is old, and I got this one sent to me by one of my favorite people in the world, one of my former teammates. His name is Gage, right? And this guy, he actually dropped a kind of funny picture on our Discord today. He dropped balls in the wild. We had a, you know...
Please clarify what you mean
the
by
balls.
balls.
Drinking. Remember when we made the balls video? Remember the balls video?
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
actual balls, but
No.
but balls. B-A-W-L-S.
B-A-W-L-S, you know? He found that
Balls.
in the wild, at a store.
It's rare to do nowadays. Not a lot of places stock it anymore.
Yeah, so I hope he bought it.
Well, speaking of our other drinks that we drink on this show, we got to give our shout out to our sponsors, Liquid IV, as they've been here with us pretty much the whole entire time. We love them. It's the superior hydration multiplier if you need to stay hydrated out at the field during a long day of play. I always bring it up. Maybe you're a little hungover. You know, that happens to human beings. And so when you are, you need those electrolytes, you need that hydration, and Liquid IV is going to provide that to you. They've got a lot of great flavor options. So whatever you're looking for, they're going to have it available on their website, liquidiv.com. Use promo code Mafia_Mafia. You're going to save 20% off and get free shipping. Whether you're going for a single box, just trying it out, or you want to get one of the bigger packages because you know your favorite flavor already. I didn't mention it, but they do also have their sugar-free version of the product as well. So you know, if you're keto, diabetic, something like that, you don't want any carbs in your diet, they have an option for you as well. So one more time, go head over to liquidiv.com. Use promo code Mafia_Mafia. Save 20% off on your checkout. Next, we have NECTR Energy. My nectar's already in for this show. It's been a crazy long day. As you can see, our video listeners, the background is getting more and more empty. We're getting closer to the move. This is actually the last episode of From the Sidelines that will be recorded in this room. We do have an episode of the Pick Show on Thursday, and that will be the last podcast ever recorded in this room. But yeah, things are moving along, and we're getting there. But NECTR Energy, they're gonna keep me pepped up and ready to go during this episode. The awesome little neurotropic pouch. It's got caffeine in it as well. Give you that slight little energy buzz. It's a nice, awesome little product, and we love their support over here on the show. Head over to NECTR.energy, NECTR, so nectar.energy. That's their website where you can get more information about this product and then a couple other of their neurotropic products that they have available. Brandon, don't knock it over. It's like the Leaning Tower of nectar.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Got there.
Hell
We got
yeah.
there. At nectar.energy, you can use promo code MafiaProductions, just all one word, MafiaProductions. That's going to get you a buy two, get one free. So if you want to try out a couple different flavors, throw them all in your cart. And use that promo code to save yourself some money at checkout. And then last but not least, we have Welts Clothing, weltsclothing.com. No crazy shout out this episode. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to the episode that dropped last week. But Welts Clothing, we love them over here. They do great things. They have their limited edition apparel that drops the first Wednesday of every month, which is Hatch.
Well, it's Wednesday, baby.
That's right. If you head over there, use promo code FTS at checkout. It's going to save you a little bit of money. Take care of that sales tax or a little bit of shipping fees. Definitely helps you out when you're grabbing some awesome apparel from them. One more time, weltsclothing.com. Promo code was FTS. All right, boys. You ready to bring in our guest tonight? I know you're excited, Hatch.
Hell yeah! And let me just say before when we got to in the middle of the sponsor read, right? You almost made it sound like we're leaving forever. From the Sidelines podcast ain't going anywhere, right?
I'm
big
leaving.
Changes are happening, right? So we want everybody in the audience to know we ain't going anywhere, right? As a collective.
But with that said, there won't be an episode next week. I want to get that out of the way early. The pig show will kind of count, but unfortunately, I'm moving multiple states away, and that takes time. So wasn't enough time to schedule to get another episode ready to go. So wanted to get that out there, a little house clearing note early before we bring in our next guest. But yeah, we'll talk about that a little more later on. I definitely have some stories of the random shit that I found while clearing out my room today. So that'll be a fun topic for later in the show. But before we get there,
I did a similar thing this past day, for sure.
Hell yeah. But before we get there, let's bring in our guest for tonight. This is Hatch's second guest appearance on the show, so we love that. He's gotten a couple of his teammates on, and now we've got another one from him. So this is a Hatch special. If you like it, make sure you send him a DM, let him know. But without further ado, it's my pleasure to bring on our guest for tonight. Gavin Day is his name, but he made a name for himself playing in the Airsoft League, and then moved over to paintball recently this last year, playing with the DMG boys now, and kind of getting some more experience under his wing in the better sport. We can say that. Coming out firing off
Shots
the gates.
fired already. All right.
Yeah, we have to. Paintball podcast over here. But Gavin, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing pretty good. Feeling good. Stoked to be on the show.
Hell yeah, man.
The dollar.
Dude, it's great to have you, dude.
Hell yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited because I have a lot of questions lined up for you, Gavin. Because I know you've dabbled in both sports a little bit, right? And you seem to be on the street, from what I hear with Airsoft, not too bad. A typical gunslinger out there. So, I'm excited to pick your brain about how the game of Airsoft works and the difference between Airsoft and paintball. So it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, no, I mean, to start out, Gavin, let's just kind of get a little background about you. I mean, where did you first get into a type of recreational sport like Airsoft or paintball?
All right, yeah, let me take you back. So, at first started.
Yeah, a couple years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all it's been. I've only been playing since like COVID era, so not super long. But it started with. Have you guys seen like the sniper Airsoft content on YouTube? Like
yes,
Hedgehog, I think is his name. Yeah.
There's a couple of them. There was 3. They were all European dudes, and I used to watch those guys all the time. And I was like, "Yo, this is sick." One Christmas, I was like, "Yo, Dad, let me get some airsoft guns and we'll play in the backyard," because I live in the middle of nowhere in the forest. So started kind of with that, and I eventually found a YouTube video of Speedsoft, which is like the paintball version of Airsoft, is the best way I can explain it.
It's like high-paced
ball with Airsoft guns.
Yeah, exactly. And I got a group of 3 other dudes from up here, all my same age, and we created a team called the Grubs. And we went down to the Grubs. I still have that first jersey. I wore it this last weekend. And we went down to 3 tournaments called the Syndicate. Those were the first couple tournaments we played. We got our asses whooped over and over again.
Nice.
And from there was one tournament that I played. The league, the Airsoft League, is called NSL. It came over 2 years ago in October, I think it was, for their like opening event, and by grace of God, our team made it down there, paid the entry fee, got down to Sacramento, skipped school, and we did horribly. We got second to last, but I did really good, and I won the MVP of the event. They gave me a whole gun, and since then I got picked up by another team called Tacos, and I've been running with them ever since.
Awesome, man. And
Tacos.
So you said NSL came over. Was it a European league first, and then kind of like the opposite of paintball, where like it started over there more? Okay.
Yeah, and the Europeans are definitely traditionally, until this year, better than Americans. Really? This year was sort of the turning point.
Yeah, no, we had to send over a couple of our greats. I know Ronnie had to, go over him and Chad.
Oh, that
play
was
that
last
exhibition
year.
match. Oh shit, that was already last year. But it was really interesting to hear their perspective as paintball first guys moving into kind of the Speedsoft realm and picking some of the things up. So I definitely want to ask you a bit, kind of moving from the Speedsoft side into paintball, like. It's similar, but it's not, right? Like, there definitely are differences in the two sports.
100% of the differences. I feel like the very basic mechanics, the like when to gunfight, when to sit, like the slides, that kind of like basic stuff, moving around the field, that transfers. But the like, the overall game mechanics, like, I don't know, it's definitely different. Like, coming from Airsoft to paintball is definitely harder than going from paintball to Airsoft. Like, knowing when to move, knowing how to attack, that kind of stuff. Because in Airsoft, it's kind of... Yeah, exactly. Pace of the game. In Airsoft, it's kind of like sit in your spot, shoot at people. You're not shooting lanes or anything like that. It's a smaller field. The BBs go quicker. So it's more of a gunfighting thing. In paintball, you're more just trying to sneak down one side of the field and shoot people in the back. That's like,
okay, what's
the
the typical FPS? What's the typical feet per second that you're shooting in a Speedsoft tournament?
I think it's 320. It used to be 350. We do it by joules for some... I don't know why we do joules.
Well, it's European, so
yeah,
there
exactly.
you go.
We go 1 point. It's under 1.2 joules.
That's a metric measurement. What the fuck is a kilometer?
Yeah,
Let's
what is
go.
that?
Exactly. Why are we using this?
USA.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so 320. Okay.
It's
But
definitely
I do
quicker than
know-
a paintball, but
It's quicker than a paintball, but I do know like BBs themselves have different weights to them, correct? So it's
tiny.
like, well, they're smaller in general. I even mean like in between BBs, because that's something one kind of, well, I don't know. One of my friends in paintball quit ski. He moved over. He betrayed us. Now he works for Lancer Tactical, I think is the name.
Yeah.
But it has been interesting to see like some of the product videos he drops of like different types of BBs and different levels. Is that kind of similar to paintball, where like they're really all the same? It's just like slightly different manufacturing processes.
yeah, there are different weights for sure. You can get, I think the range is from 0.12, 0.2, 0.25, and then whatever's higher than that. I don't know. The highest we use is 0.25. But there's definitely different qualities. Like, the brand Defy, right? Defy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let it fly.
They just came over to Airsoft with a brand called Defiant, and word on the street is their BBs are kind of better than the rest. Like, you shoot a BB
Oh,
at something, they'll break sometimes, and it kind of sucks to get shot by something that's like exploding. And I guess Defiant BBs don't break when they hit stuff. So
Nice. Okay, so it's a little like a stronger plastic almost, or something
Yeah,
along those lines. Because BBs
something.
are made of plastic, right?
Do they
They're-
hurt
yeah.
more?
Hell no, they don't hurt more. Definitely not. Definitely
Come on.
not.
Come on.
I think that kind of transitions to like one of my biggest questions about Speedsoft is like, how bad is cheating in Speedsoft?
Yeah, don't even get me started, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
because
pretty- I mean,
no, I was just gonna say, like, guys cheat in paintball, and we have something that actually marks you. So a thing that just bounces off you, like, if people don't have direct line and see it, I mean, how are they gonna call you out?
yeah, I mean, in the States, and Sacramento in particular, pretty bad. Every tournament, there's at least
NorCal,
one.
baby.
NorCal, baby, let's go. We're the best cheaters around. But,
We the
like,
best.
and Airsoft for sure. That's like our reputation as best cheaters around. So, I mean, I guess we got something going for us. But like when you go over to Europe, there's no cheating at all. Everybody's pretty honorable over there. Like I went there for Nations Cup last year and Nations Cup this year. I never had any like bad experience. Like, oh my god, I shot that dude like 4 times in the face and he just didn't call it. But here, definitely had some issues.
So it's almost more of
Interesting.
like, you have to shoot them until they submit. Like you can't just put one on and know the guy's gonna get out.
Hell no, you can't. Because most of the time
Or
you can't
until
even
like the
feel
ref
it.
like definitely sees it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. If you get touched by a ref, it's a penalty, and the penalties in Airsoft are horrible. Like you do not want to get penalties in Airsoft. The penalties are way different.
Explain
So-
that, please, because
Yeah,
I know
I got
most
you,
of
I
our
got you.
audience probably won't know.
So in paintball, you get the rough idea. One of your guys gets shot. One of your teammates is coming off with you if you get a penalty, right? In Airsoft,
Yep.
you get pulled. It doesn't affect that point. The ref will pull you, and then they'll like look over the tape or like have a little ref discussion, and they'll come up with whether it's a first degree or a second degree. A second degree is you sit out 3 breakouts, so your team has to start with 4 for 3 points. which is pretty
Oh
shitty.
shit!
And a
Yeah,
second
so
degree,
you're playing 4v5.
a second degree is just getting shot in the belt or somewhere you can't feel. A first degree is you have to sit out those next 3 breakouts, and your team has to start with 3.
Ooh.
So if
Okay,
you get a
so
first
kind of
degree,
like a
you're kind
major
of fucked.
that continues.
Yep, it's just a major that just starts the next 3 points. So yeah, you don't
Okay.
want to. There's
So
definitely
I
an
guess-
incentive not to cheat.
And that makes sense because, like you said, the NSL side came from Europe, and a lot more of those guys are very like it's an honor type thing. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to cheat you. I want to
You're
beat
gonna
you
get
on the
punished.
field.
Yeah,
You
you
get
get punished.
you cheat.
And it kind of sucks because they're like, the refs make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, and yeah, I've definitely gotten some bullshit penalties before. The penalties used to be harsher, way harsher than that. You would get pulled,
Dang.
miss those 3 breakouts,
Worse?
and then you would sit out 2 games. Like, you couldn't play the next 2 games out of your
Oh,
6 or
God.
whatever.
2 games.
So,
Jeez.
yeah.
How many people are on a team? How many is like a roster? Obviously, you can. What
It
is it, 5 on
ranges.
5?
Yeah, it's the same. But it ranges
Okay.
for sure. I think most teams, like local teams in Sacramento, like 7 to 10. When we go to Europe, we brought 12 with us. So Nations Cup teams normally have like 12. But we didn't
Makes sense.
play.
And I know like international teams that go like all the USA paintball guys that just went over, like they stack the roster. It's just
No,
'cause
yeah, exactly.
it's better to have more guys when you're traveling that far. Random shit travel happens. Like it's
Yeah,
yeah.
pit crew. I mean, you need plenty of people.
And when per game, every game, are you playing like paintball, like several points within a game, right?
Yeah, it's
within
it's
that time
just
limit?
like, yeah, it's similar to X-Ball, but the rules are like, it's a weird mix between football and I forgot what the other. Somebody described it to me and it made a lot of sense, but I forgot how to describe it. But there's like downs, sort of like you have 3 tries on offense to score and 3 tries on defense to stop the team from coming to you and scoring.
Oh,
So
Okay.
it would be easier to
Yeah,
explain
I
with a
mean-
video, but you could
Okay,
get the rough idea.
I would say jump into that a little more. Like, how do you score a point in NXL or
Okay.
NSL?
All right, so you got to get the full picture right. If I'm on offense, I'm on a team on offense right now. We'll just call that Team USA, right? Team USA is on offense for their first try. First try, they come out 5 on 5. It ends up being a 3 on 1 at the very end. When you shoot the last person, the last defender is walking off the team. Let's say that's Belgium. The last Belgian player is walking off the field. The Belgium team that's already dead presses a buzzer in their death box. And when that buzzer rings, the offensive team has 3 seconds to get the flag, which started with the player on the breakout wall. So if I'm on Team USA, I'm playing on our first offensive try, I have a flag in my hand on the breakout wall, and I go down the field, and as the bodies start dropping, I have to start working my way up the field, because when that buzzer rings, there's 3 seconds for me to get the flag wherever I am on the field to the wall, to their breakout wall.
Okay.
So you're
So-
running
so
full
there's
speed
almost-
into a wall.
That's great. It gives you,
Yeah.
It gives moments like that old school clip from, I think it was a Dallas event where Ollie Lang just stretches
Oh, he
out
dives for it?
for the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty like that. Every
Yeah,
try somebody's
So-
like fucking jumping into a wall. So yeah, there's plenty of clips
Nice.
like that.
I would say so. Like strategy wise, it almost makes sense if you have an up body situation to kind of let that guy rot until your one can kind of get further down the field before you actually like take him out.
100%. And the opposite strategy is if it comes down to a low body situation, you just kill yourselves and end the try, especially if you're on defense, because you have no way of scoring and you're burning their offensive attempt, right? So if they're not getting to
Okay.
the wall, they're not really scoring. So if I'm on defense, it comes down to me and one other dude, I'm going to turn around, shoot that guy, and then go kill myself so that the offensive try just stops where they are.
Oh, I see. Because then that 3-second buzzer would start, and let's say a guy's in the
They don't-
back corner with the flag.
Exactly.
You're not going to run that in 3 seconds.
They don't have enough time to get it across the 50-yard line.
Okay. Question too, because you're talking about like the flag system. I old school paintball, when we used to have an actual flag, if you were carrying the flag and you got eliminated, you had to like drop it right where you are.
You gotta
Is
do that
that
same thing.
same thing? And okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
let's say you jump in the snake, you take a battle, you die. You just have to drop it right there, and then
Yep.
let your 2 come and grab it from you.
Yep. And another thing about that is that this is going to confuse it a lot more. The defensive team, same thing applies, right? Defensive team kills all the offensive players. The offensive team hits the buzzer. The defensive team has 3 seconds to run down the field and try and find the flag. And if they find the flag and grab it, it's a snatch, and they take the offensive try away from the offensive team.
Ooh.
So it gives you the opportunity to score.
Okay.
So-
Okay, that makes sense.
There's-
Kind of
there's an
an
incentive.
ability to get points back.
It's like getting an
Do
interception.
you have to
in
get it to the
football.
wall again? Because like the way you said that, do you just have to grab the flag,
just
or
have to
you have
pick
the
it up.
same thing?
You just gotta touch it.
Shit.
You don't even
okay.
have to. You don't even have to pick it up. If you touch it with your face, fingertip, foot, doesn't matter as long as you touch the flag.
Just some contact with it.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
That very interesting because it changes the. Like it makes it a very much like capture the flag type game mode. Like you're
Yeah,
playing
exactly.
Halo, someone grabs your flag, you just got to get a body on it to return it back to your base, kind of in a way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
okay.
much. Dude, it's so fun. Like, I know it doesn't make that much sense when I explain it, but if you had like a real professional or a video to explain it to you, it would make a lot more sense, and it's a lot of fun to play. That's like
You're selling yourself short. I'm picking it up a bit.
Okay,
I
that's
feel like
good, that's
I'm
good.
getting the message a little bit.
I've-
And I
I've
do.
explained it to
One of the
plenty of
things you
people,
kind of
it's
went back. It definitely seems so. There's like the offense and the defense side. Do those switch during a match, or
Yeah.
Are
is
the
it?
layouts different? Like, is the
No.
defense side different shaped than the offensive side?
no, it's completely made
No, it's
up.
a
just
mirrored
like
layout.
football.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Another
So
thing
you
on that,
can
they
only
don't
score
switch.
a point on offense.
Yes,
Gotcha. Okay.
but yeah,
Gotcha.
Sorry,
the
Hatch,
offensive
you
possession,
completely. Yeah.
the offensive possession will switch after 3 tries. So if I'm on offense, you get 1, don't score, 2, don't score, 3, don't score. Flag gets given to defense.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Type of deal. Kind of like
Could you
football.
score all 3 times? Like if you're just you're way better than a team,
Technically.
you can score. Okay.
Technically, yes, but once you hang the flag, like if you get the flag to the wall within 3 seconds, you lose your offense. Like you've already scored as much as you can, so you give the flag to defense. You
I
can
see what you're
get
saying. Okay.
these little things called zone points. So when you cross the 50-yard line, zone points. Yeah, exactly. If you don't quite have enough time to get the flag to the wall, there's a zone 1, a zone 2, and a zone 3 marked out on the field. So within the 3 seconds, if you cross the 50-yard line, it's 1 point. Cross the, I don't even know what yardage it is, but like most of the way down the field, you get 2 points. If you're like really close to the wall, but you're not quite there, you get 3 points.
And then as a hang, like 5 or something like that.
It's 12 on the first try, 11 on the second, and 10 on the third.
Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so
And
there's
there's a
so
lot
many
more-
layers to this. Yeah.
Definitely a lot more like math and strategy. It's like, okay, guys, we're down 6 points, so it's like we need to at least
need to-
get it up to the third zone every time or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. There's all these like weird little like strategies. It's definitely a learning curve. Like coming into it with that small team, the Grubs, like we got our asses whooped just because we didn't understand the game. Like we would just go out there like, oh yeah, flag, throw flag. We didn't know what we were doing. So
Can you give us like a I don't know, like an average score at the end of a game or something like that?
I mean, yeah, I mean probably like 12-3. It's like pretty average.
Oh,
12-3.
oh shit.
Team got a
okay,
third.
I'm
It's low scoring for sure. There's some teams that for some reason put up super high numbers. Like the finals between USA and Netherlands, this last Nations Cup, like a month or so ago, was I think it was 32-24. So it was like really high scoring.
Okay.
You don't see
The
that
other
very often,
question,
though.
the other question I have real quick is like, so how long is a game? Because like you mentioned, both teams get their 3 tries. Is it like you get one set of that, or is it like? Is it a timer based system?
It's timer based. It's 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
that's
so
similar too.
it's, yeah, exactly, similar to paintball.
All right. I feel like Tom Cole watched an NSL match and tried to make this with like the 7-3 buzzer system that he was
That's
trying
kind
to
of
do.
what I was thinking because it was really similar. Like in some
Yeah.
ways, it was pretty similar.
Like just owning a certain part of the field is worth a certain amount of points, and then if you can complete it, you get a little higher total.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think of it
maybe.
like that, but dude, that's really interesting because, I mean, fuck, dude. And is to the general public eye, is paintball or is airsoft technically more popular than paintball to like the general eye?
Hell no.
No.
Like,
What gets
if I
more
tell-
views?
Paintball. Dude, at
Yeah.
the,
Really?
At
We have a
the
stronger
Nations
community
Cup-
for sure.
At the Nations Cup this last year, it was like record-breaking numbers with 300 viewers. And like the commentators
shit,
were like,
okay.
holy shit, guys, we have 300 viewers right now. Like freaking out, like
Hell yeah,
never
dude.
seen before. So I mean, it's making progress. Last year, when Houston Heat came over and played that team second to none, I didn't watch it live because I was playing with them, but I think it got
Subtle flex.
200 something. Yeah, nothing crazy, just another day.
Yeah, no, and I think that is kind of the interesting thing, because obviously they are two different sports, but there are a lot of similarities. You know, it's guys getting in gunfights, trying to get down a very similar sized field, or I guess Speedsoft is definitely smaller.
I think by half, right? Half the size of a paintball
It's
field.
way smaller. I don't know if it's quite
Okay.
half, but it's definitely a lot smaller. I could figure out the dimensions.
And it's super
Actually, I should
narrow.
probably do that. Yeah, it's really narrow.
Way less
I've-
bunkers.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Always
I
got
mean,
a
all the
mechanical
bunkers.
keyboard. This man's a serious
sheesh.
gamer.
Oh shit.
Dude, back in my gaming prime, bro, you don't even know.
I guess a quick question while you're looking that up: is NSL like the biggest league? Like, are
Yeah.
there other leagues that do it, or is that kind of the main national kind of like NXL?
It's there are other leagues, but yeah, NSL's the main like national league.
Okay. And then it seems to me, you know, looking from the outside in, it seems like California actually has a pretty big like Speedsoft group in it. Like even before the NSL stuff started to come in, I was seeing guys, you know, like friends of mine who would go out to like random fields and stuff here. I know Sacramento has a couple, probably LA. Shout out Demo. We've talked to him before. He's a cool dude, but yeah, he
No
definitely.
way.
We're still trying to get him on the podcast. He's a busy ass man, but yeah, kind of a similar thing. It's cool to hear the crossover of guys who, you know, kind of play both and the similarities and differences between the two.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure FTS sponsored team Pink. They have a squad that plays
Oh,
Airsoft as well.
Yeah, Asylum. Yeah. Funny story about Asylum. Last year.
Asylum.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what
We
we
love
all
you,
call
Pink.
Okay.
Yeah. Last year, I think it was the 4th tournament of the year when NSL came to Sacramento. Tacos, my team, played Asylum in semifinals, and we were beating them up so bad they actually gave up. And at the
What?
end of it, one of their dudes came up to our Tom Cole, this guy named Bert. Shout out to Bert.
Bert.
The dude came. It was JT Joey. Came
God.
up to Bert and had
Okay.
this hilarious interaction. It was me and Mark from HK Army standing there watching this it seemed like a boxing match, bro. It was hilarious. It wasn't an actual fight, but my team captain Joey and Bert had this yelling match, and Joey got banned from the league. And it was it was so funny. It was one of the
JT.
funniest. Yeah, I know.
That's so funny.
He still coaches sometimes, but yeah, he's
No
he's
way,
done.
dude.
Damn, that's
Dude,
crazy.
Asylum and Tacos are my two favorite Airsoft teams, bro.
Dude, we got a
Those
bad
are the only two
rivalry.
teams I
can't
know.
lie. Yeah.
No, that's funny. So he got his card pulled in a
Yep.
way, you know, like kind of
Hey,
he's
Hey,
done from
relatable. Hey,
playing.
relatable.
Yeah, you.
Relatable.
JT
Ash,
is
you
the
can't
same.
talk too much shit right now.
Hey, okay, so who's your biggest rival in the Airsoft community? Like when you play, if you replay the same team, like who is that team that usually also qualifies for these events to where you know them by name?
DVS for sure.
DVS.
Actually, there's two. There's one team that's just a pain in the ass to play. Killshot Mafia. They are pretty good.
Shout
I'll give
out,
them that.
I love them already.
What makes them difficult to play against?
Well, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, yeah, they kind of cheat.
All right, taking that back. No longer my favorite team.
Yeah. I mean, I
They're
have nothing
making
but
the
respect for
Mafia
those
name
guys.
bad.
They just came out to Street Ball. Two of their guys, Big J and Big Head, just came out to Street Ball 2 weekends ago. They were out there. One of them was on Paul's team, and the other was on Wong's team, I think. One of them didn't even know how to turn
damn.
on a paintball gun, so
Hey,
Tough
shout out!
shit
He's
for
coming.
him.
He's
That's how it
coming to the
starts.
dark side, baby.
Yeah.
He's coming to the dark
yeah,
side.
he is. That dude's super cool. I love that guy. Big Head. Yeah, he came over and nobody taught him how to turn a gun on. He didn't even know what an ASA was. He didn't know that you had to turn a hopper on. It was all bad for that guy, but he said he still had fun.
That does bring me up because like you guys use constant air. I know like there's literally I don't I know there's more diversity in like marker types and like gun types that people use in Airsoft, but I've definitely seen this marker. I say marker so YouTube doesn't flag us, but I know it's not a paintball marker. But it looks legitimately like a paintball marker, except instead of having a
I'm gonna
hopper, it
grab
just
it.
has a mag well.
I'm gonna grab
Oh,
it real
okay,
quick.
shit. All right, yeah, get the gap.
Nice,
Let's see.
nice, hell yeah,
But
dude.
I do like it was. You would see guys like in the last couple of years using like M16 builds and like different pistol
So-
builds. But okay,
That looks like a Tech 9, bro.
This one right here. This is the gun that I won 2 years ago. So it's got the dude that gave it to me his like signature on it. He's banned from the league now too, but
Damn, you guys don't play over there.
No, we don't. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, similar to a paintball gun. You screw your tank on right here. You adjust the pressure with this. This is the newer grip. The ESG-R is what this bottom piece is called. And these grips also come in plastic, which is a cheaper version. But I broke 3 of them, so I had to get the aluminum one when it came out. And,
Goddamn.
I have a
Evan
really bad
Fernandez of the
history.
airsoft world.
I have a horrible history of breaking airsoft guns. I think I'm up to like 10 pistols I broke. I broke a couple mags, and I've broken like 5 or 6 tracers, I think. So,
I mean,
definitely
I will
and
say,
I broke
like-
this gun right here. There's a little crack. You can't see it, but there's a crack in the body right there.
God, you gotta.
That doesn't sound safe.
Are you breaking
No.
these by diving?
The grips I all broke from diving. The tracers, I don't know why they break. Someday they'll just stop kicking. They'll just turn off. And what else did I say I broke? Yeah, I broke mags from playing in the dirt. And
Okay, so
Yeah, 'cause
how
they'll get,
much
like,
does
springs
that-
will get gunked
How
up.
much does the average airsoft marker cost?
this will run you
How
about
much
$2
does that
grand.
one in your hands cost?
$2,000.
Wait, what did you say?
$2,000.
Okay.
Jeez.
Does it have electronic components as well?
Yeah, in here, if I took this little screw off, it's got a FCU in there, and you plug a tiny little LiPo battery into it. So not double
Okay.
or anything fancy like that, but
But
Sorta
same, it's
similar.
got, a solenoid in there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
this
doing
is
rapid fire.
You said an acronym.
I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah.
else it's called.
I
Nice.
got you.
Okay. Can
well,
you just
I-
go through those? Do they have like warranty if you're going through that many that fast?
I believe Mont Customs has a warranty. I mean, our team is sponsored by
say
the
less.
company. Yeah.
Gotcha,
I
gotcha.
broke
No, it's not a bit.
Say less. All right.
Kind of
We
a
should've
big
start-
deal.
Yeah, I should have started with that one.
So I will say, because you mentioned they're like playing on concrete, I feel like that definitely is harder on equipment and just on dudes in general, because you guys aren't playing on turf fields. I mean, maybe some places have it, but I see a lot of the video is like just a concrete warehouse type floor.
They've played on 2 fields that have turf. Technically the second NSL event in Indiana was on a turf field, and the field in Europe where we played Nations Cup is also on turf, but everywhere else is concrete. And yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely gnarly on your body.
Well, and
like,
and even those turf fields, it's turf on concrete, which
Yep.
like anyone who played not Huntington Beach, MPPL in Las Vegas, they know that sucks, because that's how that setup was. It was literally just
Yeah.
rolled out turf on a parking lot, so it still hurts to dive on. Like, it's not as soft and cushy as you'd think.
it's definitely not that bad. Like, it's about the same as Capital Edge, I'd say. Like, those two are definitely. I mean, I guess I'm not. I don't have a very good comparison because Capital Edge is my only other experience with turf. So
We got to get you down to PB Fit, bro.
yeah,
Just
probably.
luscious. I don't even know how to dive well, but I was sliding on that shit all week. It was amazing.
Yeah, all right, sounds good to me.
Okay,
my
so
own
is it like is
experience.
the floor like buffed out to where you're just like sliding for miles?
Dude, you slide dumb far. Yeah, you go. Once you get on, like, if you dive, you're really going. Like, if a paintball
You're
player came
gone.
over, if a paintball player came over and played airsoft at SCA, you would definitely overslide for the first, like, 7 dives.
Okay. Do you have any videos of people just like eating shit, like core samples of airsoft?
Probably somewhere on my phone. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, sweet. I'll get those from you later.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, for my own
And the-
personal pleasure.
And the
I was just
lower,
gonna watch those late at night alone tonight. It's gonna be
Yep.
kind of weird.
Send them to the
And the,
boys.
like, lower-
Check this one.
the like weaker teams, the newer teams to NSL, like, you can watch them play and see some pretty, like, some big mishaps for sure. Like, diving into bunkers is kind of the worst thing you can do, or like diving so hard you like hit your tank on the ground, your gun just slides out under you. So I've seen that before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sucks to suck.
The worst one I've ever seen in paintball, and I may have told this story on the pod before. I was standing next to Andrew Wyatt when he was still playing on DMG. This was like 2018 Seapool. This dude, obviously very new player, completely mismatched setup, like kind of funky looking headgear, like just all the signs of like a new guy. He came over and he saw I was filming, and so they were finishing a point. He walked by me and Andrew. Andrew was the ref. I was standing there filming, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna have a sick dive on this next point. Make sure you get it." And I was like, all right, brother, say less, like I'll hook you up. So he runs out to go dive into the snake. Bro completely sells out his marker. Core samples, hopper comes off, paint's flying everywhere. I'm pretty sure his mask kind of comes off a little bit. Like, he gets it back on. He was fine, but I was laughing my ass off because me and Wyatt just look at each other like, yeah, that was a sick dive, bro. Like, it was one of those perfect moments. So that's probably the worst one I've seen in paintball, of like someone trying to call their shot and not looking good.
You still have a clip?
It was in an old Seapool video. It's in one of my original Seapool videos from like the 2018 days.
I'm gonna go check that.
Yeah, I just find a timestamp or something for someone. But yeah, man. All right, cool. So as we're hearing a lot of similarities, a couple differences, what would you say is kind of your favorite thing from the Airsoft side? And then what would you say is your favorite thing now coming over to the paintball side?
And I got two things from Airsoft. The guns, hella cool to shoot. It looks like you're shooting like a Star Wars gun with their tracers and everything.
With the tracer unit.
Yeah.
I will stop here real quick. Explain the tracer unit just in case people aren't like familiar with that.
All right, it's this little. I got some broken ones around here. All right, it looks like this, right? This is long broken. In here, you shake it to turn it on. There's a rough idea, and there's I think they're blacklight LEDs in here, and you put like a glow in the dark BB, which is like a translucent little ball of plastic pretty much, and you drop it through, and there's a sensor at the very end of this tracer unit, and as the BB passes that sensor, all of the lights in the tracer unit will light up, and the BB will illuminate. And if it's in a darker area like a warehouse, which is where we play most Airsoft games, it'll be super bright.
Okay,
lasers.
So that's how we see those like Star Wars like looking gunfights. I've seen a couple of those where it's just like you have this bright green ball flying as these guys are like trading out and doing snapshots.
So sick. Yeah,
it's all in the lighting, dude.
Yeah, definitely all in the lighting.
You just described videough, Hatch. It's all lighting.
It's all in the lighting.
And the format of NSL is so much fun to play. It takes like just another level of like smarts, I guess is the best way I can explain it. Like, you really
there's more strategy depth to it because the different
100%.
points, the different ways that even if you don't score the main goal, you can still score points and either increase your lead or bite into a lead a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just so much fun to play. Like,
and I will say, like, my favorite tactic you've talked about so far is straight up killing your homie and running to your death. Like, so that actually happens? Like, that's a legit strategy?
Yeah, I've shot my teammate probably like 10 or 15 times in the side of his face, like, just to make sure he called it. Or accidentally shooting one of my teammates, like, yeah, I remember this pretty clearly from Nations Cup. We were kind of closing out the game against Germany in the semifinals, and like I was standing in the middle of the field. One of my teammates is on to their side of the field, and I was like, "Yo, Tristan, don't peek the left side of the bunker." And he peeked the left side of the bunker right into my lane, and it grazed the side of his mask. And I was like, "Yo, you're dead!" And he kept shooting, and I just roasted him in the back. And he turned around like, "What the fuck was that for?" But like, you go over and explain. It's like, "All right, yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah, and like you said, penalties suck, so it's kind of like, you get the fuck out, bro. Like, please don't make us go 4v5 for the rest of this game.
Do you kind of like do that, and then like when it grazes, you're just like looking around and you're like, did anybody just see that? Or
honestly,
like,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even take the risk anymore. Like, I just cannot afford to get penalties because I don't even try.
Notes.
I don't even try to cheat, and I still get penalties. I got a penalty. It was in a less important game. We were already secured onto Sunday at Nations Cup, and I was laying on the floor, like, just hiding, sort of. It was like a pretty tense moment. Like, we were losing, but we had a chance to take the lead right here. And my jersey was really fucking baggy. And I guess someone lobbed a BB from across the field, and it just tapped my elbow, and I didn't feel it, and I got a huge ass penalty for that. And we lost that game because of it. Yep.
You bastard.
And
what?
And like the same thing happened in the finals, except for it just went our way. I don't even remember who it was. Some dummy got a penalty in the finals, and we had to play 3 points, 3-on-5. But I don't even know. Like, we were just on fire. The three of us, it was me, Tristan, and Oliver. And we won all three of those points, got a hang, a snatch, and another hang, all back-to-back, and took the lead with that because we were already down by 14. Something like that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that's like a 24-point swing because it was first try, hangs, and then how much is the snatch worth?
Nothing, but you get offensive back.
Okay, you get the ball back essentially.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the ball back. Like I said, kind of like football. Yep, interception. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I'm picking it up a little bit. I think we're getting it. Brandon, how you doing? You picking it up?
Yeah.
Thought he was frozen.
No,
he's moving on my screen.
Yeah, it's
a couple pixels are moving.
It.
It's okay. This is why we're using Riverside, guys. All right,
All right, we're
it'll be
adding one
perfectly
more.
fine for the podcast.
One more
Okay.
layer of complexity. Every time you get a hang, either offensive or defensive, you play at 1-on-1, and the team that the offensive team has 30 seconds to take the flag to the defensive wall, and you get 2 points. It's like if you make a touchdown,
Two-point
you have-
conversion.
Exactly, 2-point conversion. So
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if you fuck it up because the defense isn't going to get anything from it. But if you win this extra 2 points, so
Nice, and that's a joust. Like you have 30 seconds, so you're moving forward the whole entire time.
yeah.
So-
yeah, for
Dying on
sure.
your sword.
Yeah.
Are you the 1-on-1 guy, or like do you get to pick who plays the 1-on-1, or is it like a rotation that you have to go through?
For Nations
batting
Cup,
lineup.
there was 3 of us that would do them. It was me, Tristan, Oliver, and well, TJ would do some too, but he had a pistol, so we didn't really win that many of them. But
Christian.
Wow.
no, Tristan
Dang.
was good at them. TJ, can't lie, love you, buddy, but not so much. And
Damn,
so
getting
much.
called out, bro. So you brought up something there, and that's another question in my mind. But I do want to get back to what I mentioned. So you mentioned the strategy depth. That was one of your more favorite parts of the NSL side. Moving over to the NXL side, what are you enjoying so far with your experience over here?
less cheating for sure is a big time. I love that, and I love shooting a paintball gun is a lot. It's more like exhilarating than shooting an airsoft gun. And I also love the teamwork aspect. Like I can kind of in airsoft. I don't mean to sound like I'm like bragging with this, but I can more put a team on my back and just like shoot more people because it's a gunfight thing, right? Like you're looking at me, boom, you're dead, right? In paintball, you have to work down the field. It's a bigger gap between where you can shoot people, and I like how you have to like work your teammates down the field. You have to like utilize all the knives in the cupboard kind of thing. Like, you gotta
Yeah,
use your
instead
whole
of
team.
playing, like a TDM in COD where it's just, one guy gets 30 kills, he can win you a
Exactly.
game. It's more so like it's an S&D. If you're losing 3 guys off the rip, it's going to get a lot harder to win a paintball round.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
So that's
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
okay.
big thing.
I will real quick, Hatch. Sorry, you mentioned it there. So guys can choose their loadout. So that's why, like, I've seen guys will play with like HPA connected pistols. They'll have the monk guns that you were talking about. Why would a guy want to like pick up a pistol instead? Like, what would the reasoning be behind that?
All right, we're adding another layer of complexity to NSL.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
You can only have 3 rifles on the field at once. So you have to have 2 pistols
Okay.
or another platform. So that's the only reason people use pistols. And if
Gotcha.
you're not...
Okay, so it's kind of like a nerf thing.
Yep, exactly. You can't
Not
have...
for nothing.
It's never nothing, yeah. And, I mean, most people use HPA and NSL because, I mean, more ammo, less things can go wrong. But some people will use green gas, which is like just the mag in your pistol. A lot more simple.
Yeah, fuck green gas. Isn't green gas like it's a propane or something like that? I know
It's
there's
kinda like a
it's like a
propane. I'm not-
flammable gas.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is, but I know it's cold. But I think, yeah, it's definitely flammable. It's like a cold,
Okay.
cold gas.
Yeah, and so, but it makes sense though. Especially your rifles. It's like, yeah, you want a fat ass HPA tank, so you're not like, I have my 6 mags and then we're done.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
All right,
so
cool.
What made you want to come to paintball? What was like that? You're like, okay, now I want to try this. What was that turning point?
Couple things. Losing the finals in no, actually it wasn't even the finals. This was a group stage game in Rhode Island, which was the US Championships last year, when we sold the game in 3 seconds with some stupid ass penalty, like Evan Wong level penalty.
Sounds familiar.
Yo!
But that was
God.
definitely a moment where I was like, yo, what am I doing over here? And seeing Ronnie and Chad come over and have like a similar like effect, I was like, all right, yeah, I should probably start. I mean, branch out. Might as well.
And I will say, I think Ronnie, like because I know he went over there with like the 360 camera and like was doing some really cool POV stuff. I will say Airsoft's got us beat on that. Like some of
Yeah.
the footage of him playing and communicating was a lot more easier to kind of pick up and understand due to the smaller field. Plus, you
No
don't have a
loader.
hopper in the way.
There's no loader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you can really see what you're shooting at. You can see people
the
walking
tracers
off.
too, yeah, because
Yep.
it gives that bright light.
The lighting,
thing.
yeah. I think,
The lighting.
once Airsoft really gets off the ground, I think it's going to end up being bigger than paintball. Once it, like,
Sheesh.
it needs, I mean, it needs a lot of time, but
words.
it has something that paintball doesn't. Like, you can really understand the game. Also, it's indoor. It's easier to get cameras in there. There's less risk of a camera getting broken from a paintball. So
Man,
I think
you say easier to
eventually,
understand. There's a lot of layers you laid out.
well, easier to understand from like a very basic. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're shooting bright green tracers at each other. Like, you get the rough idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar to like football. Like, yeah, you can watch a football game and just see, oh, guy picked up ball, he ran 10 yards, that's good. But you get into the like time management type levels and the, you know, point spread and stuff like that. Like, there definitely are, every sport has that, where there's the like very simple base level game, and then there's the, you know, strategy and stuff that goes into the other sides of it.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, so when you were like, all right, I'm gonna switch to paintball. Who are some people that you were like looking at? Were like, all right, this is like the kind of guy that I want to go after. You know, like this kind of like look, this kind of team.
I can't even lie. I don't really remember what I was like. Oh, dude, I want to be like that. I just remember. I mean, obviously,
Yeah, he already had his own ag, you know? He was already... Because, like, you guys wear headbands, you guys are using carbon masks, HK masks, you're stealing all of our swag, it's cool,
I was already wearing a purple beanie and Sandana headband, so I was already pretty set.
You already copping
like,
J-Rab. Yeah.
I didn't even know J-Rab existed until, like, a couple months ago, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I saw the purple beanie out there, and I was like, oh, fuck, there's another... I thought I was unique.
There's another. Sorry to break this to you, Gavin. That's his thing. He's been doing it since like 2008. Like
that's why I've been wearing the brown head wrap recently. But yeah, no, I know.
Nice. Hell yeah.
No, that's cool. I mean, yeah, like you said, you didn't know. It's you're not biting. It's just
hey,
that was already your swag over there.
It's got like black stripes and shit, and it's not just all purple.
You know what? I lean into it. No, you took my shit, J-Rab.
Yeah,
lean in. Yeah,
talking shit, Gavin. Yeah.
Come on, Gavin.
Yeah, fuck off, J-Rab. You're stealing my drip, man. Yeah, one on.
All right, there we go. There's the real clip. Bada bing, bada boom.
One
Perfect.
on
Thank
one.
you, Gav.
one.
No, do not sign me up for that, bro.
No,
he can handle it.
That is cool to hear, though. So they're definitely, it's got its own culture and everything. One of the things that you mentioned there, you were at a tournament and Mark was there. Or Marky is what we call him. You know, shout out Mr. H. HK Army's definitely made a big push into kind of bringing products and stuff to Airsoft as well. Was that also kind of part of the reason? It was like you were seeing them more and kind of seeing what they were doing as well?
100%. So Tacos is the HK team. We were the first team to be sponsored by HK. The dude that I stay with every weekend, Adam, I was telling you guys about a little bit about him earlier. He brought Mark and HK into the sport, like showed them all of NSL and all that stuff. And I'm not exactly sure what the details on this are, but I know that HK doesn't sponsor the league anymore. But there's still a bunch of HK sponsored teams. So I think they might have taken a small step back, but yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, just real quick, just a little story of when we were in Vegas. You know, when you were with us in Vegas, and we like
I don't know where this is going.
No,
right.
it's not bad. It's like we went around and taking pictures with all our sponsors, and Mark was there, right?
Calm down, Dion.
We went up to HK, you know, got some pictures with him, and like, you know, he's like, hey, you know, saying hi to everyone, and he sees Gavin, he goes, Gavin, you know, like he's like, what the fuck?
Every time he sees me at an event, he's like, Sweeney, no way.
Yeah.
And another one of the HK reps. Another one of them was like, yo, you're on Tacos. I remember you. And I was like, yeah.
That's what they were saying. They're like,
we buy a lot of gear from you guys.
Like, this is the taco kid.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
they were dapping you up after that. That shit was sick, dude.
Yeah, they probably.
That's funny.
Yeah, they probably remembered me because I was on the HK team, but didn't wear a HK mask. I wore a dye mask for like 4 events last year until I met Mark, and I was like, probably I should switch. Probably should start wearing SLR. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, hell yeah. I would say so. Another thing that you mentioned on there is the Nations Cup team. You know, I'll give you a little kind of brag here. Like, you've been playing for the Team USA for a bit. What got you into their kind of scope of like, yeah, we want to bring this guy onto our, you know, more kind of all-star level team? And, you know, what's kind of the process for that? Was there like a tryout process or, you know, anything kind of like that?
So last year was the first year Team USA was a thing. Nations Cup and Airsoft is a newer thing. I think it's only been around for 4, maybe 5 years, maybe even less than that. I'm not exactly sure on the timeline, but Team USA originated last year. We went over And the dude that put it all together is the dude that I stay with every weekend. So he was like, I know what you can do. You're on the team. Simple as that.
Little nepotism.
Yeah,
That's all good,
exactly.
you know?
I mean, and there was no tryout. It was basically like him and a couple other people would watch all of the NSL games and be like, who are the best players on the best teams? And that was basically last year's roster. Made a couple modifications this year, and we did pretty much just a West Coast and an East Coast because that's how it's structured this year. It's a lot less travel. I think the league is trying to just put some like real structure down on the East and West hemisphere. So we're just like all events in Sacramento, all events in Rhode Island on the East Coast. So there's one dude, Lenny, from the East Coast, or Lenny and the East Coast Energy guys, which is the number 1 team over there. They just picked out the best 5 people that they saw, and West Coast, same story, picked out the best 5 people that we saw.
Okay. And then is there like a World Cup type event where it's like it kind of brings, you guys together, or is that the Nations Cup where it's like you just all go over there to Europe?
Yeah, so there's Nations Cup is definitely one of them. It's when like everybody in the whole sport comes together and it's like a big party type of deal. But so there's seeding tournaments leading up to what's called the U.S. Championship. This year's the Road to Sacramento is kind of what they're calling it because that's where the championship's going to be. But there were three seeding tournaments in the East Coast, and I think it's the top 6 from the East Coast are going to move on to the U.S. Championships, and the top 6 from the West Coast are going to move on to the U.S. Championships. So the last seeding event, seeding 3, was just played on the East Coast, and I think the standings are East Coast Energy's number 1. They won that event. A team, Murder Inc., won number 2, and I'm not exactly sure who's below that. But we have our 3rd seeding event this weekend. So it's we're already secured, which is why I'm not really gonna be involved in that event as much, especially because it's layout weekend. But I might end up playing Sunday with them. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember what happened in Vegas when I missed layout weekend for the same story, and I did play 2 points. So probably not gonna fully go play the Airsoft tournament this weekend and stay a little bit for layout because obviously that's important and I want to do well in Chicago. But
nice.
It's a similar story.
I guess that brings up 2 points. I know I think Hatch maybe asked this before. I didn't fully remember the answer, but it is like it's different layouts every time. Like they set up their bunkers in kind of different shapes and different positions, or is it similar?
Yeah, we have been using the same layout all year. We don't switch the layout at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And from field to field, the angles are slightly different. The bunkers are slightly different sized, and the field sometimes is even bigger. Some fields have poles in the middle of them. Not sure what's up with that, but that's a thing. And,
that's sketchy. That's like there were some indoor paintball fields back in the day, and it's like right by the 50, there'd just be this giant support pole that they'd wrap in foam and be like, yeah, look out for that.
Yeah, it's like
same story.
Like neon green foam.
Okay,
Except we don't even have foam. It's just a metal pole sticking up.
Yeah, it's just good luck if you run into it.
Yeah.
And that brings me to my other thing. So is there like, we mentioned like the snake side, but is there like a traditional like snake versus Doritos where it's like, one guys usually play one or the other, or is it more kind of similar based on like the 2 sides of the field?
No, it's roughly it's the same. Like there is definitely like a snake that's like a long type of bunker that goes all the way up the field, and the Doritos are kind of offset type of bunkers. It's like the same general idea, but the snake isn't at all connected this year. It's just a bunch of like 90-degree little L's stacked in a line, and there's like 4 of them.
So you're trying to get up the snake to give that other team the L.
Yep.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Nice, man. All right, cool. The other thing that's interesting, because I've seen this bunker before, and I'm not sure if you guys use it this year, but one of the bunkers is literally a transparent glass, like plexiglass pane.
Yep.
Yeah, because and this is one of the things that you could do in Airsoft you couldn't do in paintball because, it doesn't mark up the glass. So you could sit back there and kind of see through it and have more vision, but it's not like if someone shoots it, it's not going to get like fully covered with paint.
Yeah, I think that's a thing that just sticks with NSL. All events that I've watched all have a plexi. So yeah, this year we do have a plexi. And yeah, it's so sick. That's the
You just
side of the
camp
field
there?
that I play. If you can get there, yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Okay. If you
it's
can
pretty
get there.
tough.
Is that like the 50 bunker usually? Like they make that like the kind of middle of the field?
Most of the time, it's the hardest bunker to get to. Like you have to put in 3 dudes and by a miracle dive up there. So it's definitely not easy to make. And you can get shot out from like 4 different spots unless you're like just completely
Actively
like
looking for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just up against it, like yelling
Literally
to your
just sitting there,
teammates, like, please help me, guys.
Shoot the snake. Yeah, exactly.
No way. I love that.
All right. Yeah, no, that's actually really cool. So, like you mentioned, you guys have a tournament this weekend. Since they are seeding tournaments, is it more kind of like winning, like tournament wins and stuff? Yeah, they mean more, but it's kind of leading up to that, like U.S.
Exactly.
championships, like you were saying.
Yep,
Okay.
obviously, it matters to me because we're sitting number 1 right now. We won one event and got third in another, so we're sitting at number 1 right now. And the top three teams that are always in the finals, Killshot Mafia, DVS, and Tacos, which is us. If any of us win it, it's going to go to them. It's pretty much whoever gets first, second, and third is going to be the final rank of this season.
Yeah,
and
points are all so close.
Of course, I want to be on the best in the West Coast team. So that's definitely a big goal of mine. Is I want to win this tournament big time. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Because teams got to make Sunday, and then cards got to align, and I got to go over there, and we'll see what we can do.
Nice. You're like that hired gun.
Yeah, kind of
Sick. That shit's sick, dude.
Nice.
Only call me when you need me. That shit's sick.
Exactly. No, they were pissed when I told them
could
that.
you...
It was the same weekend as Chicago layout. They're like, "Are you fucking serious?" Some of them were
Yeah,
even
they're,
like,
they're
"All right,
starting
it's
to get
fine.
upset.
Yeah, all right, it's fine. This tournament doesn't matter anyway. We'll just be there."
They're
for
mad
the
they're
US
losing their
championships."
star player.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fuck that.
Well, nice, man.
That's
So
sick.
I guess that's another thing that's different too. You could be rostered on a team, not play the first 2 days, and then show up for that third day and play. Like, that's allowed. I don't know if that's allowed in NXL.
I don't. Maybe it is allowed.
What's
gotta
stopping
check
us,
in.
what's stopping
You
us
check
from
in,
not
right?
showing up? Right? If you check in, there's nothing wrong with just saying, like, staying at the fucking hotel the whole time.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, but you'd have to be there that first day still.
There's even a step further you can go in Airsoft. You don't even have to have a roster, really. And you can bring in random players. That team DVS I was telling you about, they've been bringing in European ringers for the last 2 events just for the fun of it, and we still beat their ass. So I don't know what's up with that or why they're allowed to do that, but I don't know. It kind of pisses me off. Like, they're just bringing in all these ringers from the... I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but...
I got you.
Anything-
There's no,
anything
like,
to win, I guess.
PBLI type system. Like,
No, we
there's
don't
no... Okay, and I was going to ask next, like, is there, like, divisions? Like, is there, like, a, quote-unquote pro and then, like, a lower division? Or is it just all, like, show up, you're all playing each other?
Yeah, anybody can show up and just be the best.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, y'all could register for this tournament and just show up as DMG if you really wanted to.
Oh, hell yeah.
That would be so funny.
I'm trying to be a taco, bro.
Edric has been trying to get all of our team to go and show up to an Airsoft like speed night. I think it'd be so sick.
Dude, well, fuck
Dude, if
all
the
of us are
DMG
going.
squad...
Man, if all of us
So
are
sick.
going, I mean, might
Count
as
me
well.
in. Yeah, no, that'd be so fun. But
Dude.
wait, what was your question again? Sorry, I completely forgot.
No, it was just, like, divisions-wise. So it's all just
yeah.
an open division. It's just show
Um,
up, teams get registered, we make a bracket, whoever wins, wins.
Pretty much. So in the US, yeah, that's how it works. On the European side of the globe, there's a Pro Series and a Challenger Series, which is there's one.
Champs and challengers.
Yep, exactly.
They're literally stealing everything from us.
Yeah, they really are. So this year, that's a new thing. This year they started doing the Pro Series, and that's the best 6 teams. It's 5 from Europe and 1 from the US. East Coast Energy plays in the Pro Series. And the team that wins Globals this year, which is after the US Championship, will also be inaugurated into the Pro Series. I think that's how that works.
Oh, we
Or
got
it might be-
globals.
Yeah,
that's
so it's
that's a
US
tournament name.
Yeah, US Championships, the top 3 from the US. I think it might be all the teams from the Pro Series, or it's the top 2 from the Pro Series and the top 1 from the Challenger Series. All go to a tournament in Rhode Island this year at some point, and they'll be playing for the best in the world title.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, I like how you guys have to make it some other special name though, because like if you
Yeah.
took Worlds, then it's a little too close. Like we're gonna start getting patent
Yeah.
infringements and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's too small at this point for them to really like catch Tom Cole's eye if he were looking out for it. But
Oh, I'm texting him after the show. I'm letting him know. Like, well, actually, I think
Great,
like we
bring
said,
our
I think
whole
he's
league
already
down while
watched
we're
it
still
with the
growing.
7-3 stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck
Maybe.
Speedsoft. We were here first. All right, we've been here since the '90s. All right, kid.
yeah, Speedsoft has
Hell
not
yeah.
been around for long at all, or at least
No,
in
for
the-
sure.
When was the first Airsoft like? When was that? When was the first Airsoft tournament ever? When was
Couldn't
that?
tell you.
Brando, look it up.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Brando.
like, you said like 4 or 5 years, so like late 2010s, 2018, 2019, something like that.
It's got to be somewhere around 2010, I'd say.
Oh, okay, so a bit earlier than that. All right, cool. Another question. You mentioned them a little bit earlier, but you said like second to none. That's actually a team I've heard about them a little bit. I think they are HK sponsored now. But what makes them better? Like, because that's the thing with like Airsoft. Like you said, it seems to come down to a lot of individual talent. Do they just have like really good gunfighters on the team? Do they play well as a team? Like, what would you say makes a better Airsoft team or Speedsoft team?
So, what second to none was? I think we're getting into some drama here.
Okay.
I think their entire starting line is banned from the league, and
Oh shit! All right.
a couple of them just quit because of all the whatever was going on. So second to none this year was actually not even close to as good as they were before. But what made them so good was they'd been playing together for years and years. They had two brothers on the team. The dude that gave me this gun, Junkie, and his brother were the two like ringers on that team. 2-star players for sure. Definitely two of the better players in the history of Airsoft.
Nice. I will say, I feel like Airsoft, you guys are kind of kicking yourselves in the ass by banning so many people.
I was just about to say that.
Like, what the hell? Everyone you've mentioned, you'd be like, yeah, he's banned, he's banned.
too.
You know,
This is
guy
like
showed
that.
up for a
This
tournament,
is
he's
like
banned.
that one meme from Parks and Recs where he's like, you go to jail. You know, he's like,
Yeah, exactly.
he's like, cheating airsoft, jail.
Shoot too
Overslide,
hot,
jail.
go to jail. Shoot
All
too
right,
low,
so
also
the
jail.
thing is you don't get banned for cheating. You get banned for like publicly shaming or like threatening someone's family, and that happened all the time. So
Damn, JT
Shit,
went
okay.
crazy. JT went crazy.
JT was
What the fuck?
JT was the like lowest severity ban, I'd say. Like he just got in like a little cursing match with the league owner, and the league owner was like, "You're gone, bye." Like
Oh,
never
wow.
seen from you
What
again.
a guy.
So that was a petty one, it seems like.
Yeah, it was kind of like, you pissed me off. Why the fuck are you acting this way? Anyway, see you never. Type
Because
of
he was
deal.
used to being able to shit talk, you know, Tom Cole all he wants. I will
Yeah,
say that about
exactly.
Tom. Credit
He
to
can
Tom.
fucking
He gets
take
a
it.
lot of shit and he sits there and takes it. He's not pulling cards. He's not telling people to never come back. Obviously, there's guys who've been banned from events, but usually it's for a pretty serious reason. You know, like the,
Yeah, like fighting.
the parking lot fight at Cup and, you know, stuff like that did take place.
I feel like you have
I
to try
was-
to get banned from the NXL, like really try to get banned from the NXL.
Yeah, I was going to say... Chris Lasoy is lucky that they didn't have these rules back in the day, because I swear to God, he would have been pulled from like his first tournament. Like the shit that some of those old school players were doing, like yeah, man, it is crazy to hear just how much Speedsoft's like, all right, we don't need you. We only have 300 people watching, but we don't need you, one person.
I think the
It's
thing
like,
is, like,
no, you do.
I think one of the
doesn't-
thing is, go ahead, Gavin, go ahead.
It doesn't happen like that often. Like it was definitely like this year has been pretty bad for sure with the whole like banning players. I'm not sure how many of second to none players are actually banned from the league. I know Junkie's banned from the league, and I know he's banned from the field that we play at in Europe, Real Strike Arena, for whatever he did. And it was definitely like, I mean,
Did he
it
fucking say I'm
definitely
gonna
seemed
kill
like,
your family or something? Like what?
This guy's
I don't-
crazy.
I don't know the details, but I actually do think it was something along those lines. It was definitely
Jeez.
Like
like,
some threatening. God damn.
yeah, I don't know the full
Again-
story, but it was something gnarly
again,
for sure.
If this was in paintball, there would be a lot less people at events because people say some wild shit. They don't necessarily do anything or act on it, but yeah, guys definitely, you know, when you get hit and lit up, you get that adrenaline pumping. There's some wild things that get thrown out.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
the reason
yeah.
is like the sport is still in such a like early, the sport's in such an early like growing phase that all of the league owners and operators, everybody that's like higher up, is just trying to make sure like there's no bad rep on it. Like you're not allowed to wear a GoPro during an event, which I mean makes sense. So people don't post cheater videos because that looks bad for the league. It's like clowning on refs and like kind of a similar.
Then get better refs.
Bro, it's so
Come on,
hard
bro.
to ref
Yes, you ref
airsoft.
paintball.
I do ref paintball, and
Bro.
I'm a great ref, bro. I'm a great ref. Gavin
Reffing
knows.
airsoft.
Gavin was my
I can
my
speak.
little
I
lackey
can
over
vouch.
there.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, I taught Gavin the ways over there because we ref the local CPL. Dude, Gavin didn't bitch once. You know, I'm passing down the ways of J-Bo, right? When we're I'm not as rough as him for sure. You know, I'll sit down. You know what I'm saying? But so
Not be stoic the whole day.
But yeah.
Speaking of Jordan, he will be joining us for our pick show again. Him and Fitzy have both confirmed they're coming back. So yeah, we're gonna be talking to J-Bo in a few days here. Excited to hear from the stoic man.
hell yeah.
Hatch, stand up.
Yeah, I'm J-Bo. Yeah,
That's one of your worst impressions. You've done
I
better
pick-
ones in the past.
I picked Heat.
All right, there you go. That's a good one. But I mean, I kind of see what they're saying. Obviously, you know, cheating, it gives a bad look. I will say though, paintball has this weird culture where cheating is just a part of it, and like a couple of our most celebrated clips are of Alex Goldman wiping a hit, or you know, we've other guys who get away with like wiping a face hit, and it's like, what the fuck, bro? How did you do that? So there is this weird kind of if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying mentality in paintball, and maybe that's why our penalties aren't nearly as bad, because it would like, you know, matches would be over pretty quick. But you do also bring in the fact of like, there are just shots you don't feel. You get shot in the pod in a weird spot, you aren't going to feel that. You get shot, you know, right in the front of the loader. I know that's a really kind of common one where it's like, if you don't see the spray come off, you don't really see it, just because the way that, you know, loaders are in our game. So it definitely seems like Airsoft is more like, although the cheating's more rampant, it's more of like a hush hush, like, you know, we're not proud of this, but it does happen type
Cheating
thing.
seems way more taboo.
I would, yeah, exactly. It's more taboo. I wouldn't say that cheating is like horrible. It's not like oh, I shot that dude in his arm. Oh, damn, he's definitely not gonna call that one. Like, it's not really that bad. Like, you can still like function and play a match. Like, it really. I don't mean to say it's like horrible, like I said earlier, but yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's an honor sport, so we have to actually honor that. If we want the sport to succeed and grow, I mean, it's just the way it is. Nobody can cheat. And there's definitely some people in the sport that have that mentality. I've heard people say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And it's just kind of like, I mean, I get it in paintball. I want to learn how to wipe bad, but like, it's, you can't have that in Airsoft.
Yeah. Brandon, yeah. Yeah, Brandon's not great at cheating. He has not gotten away with any wipes that I've seen.
Me either.
Yeah, I haven't
Shout out
tried
to
my luck
Gavin,
yet,
though.
but-
I did have that clip of him from Dallas where he gets shot on the tank and just keeps going. And just don't look back. Just don't give the refs anything to look at.
That's okay. It's not even that bad. But
I like how I go to shit talk Caden and you're like, no, not my baby boy. Don't talk
it
bad
is
about
what
Caden.
it is. What it is. The tank hit. My angle looked clean. My
It
angle.
clearly came off. Okay, I have 120 frames per second to show it, but
That's
it's
why
tight.
that's why
It's
we
tight.
film. We go back to the replay, people. It's what we need. If Airsoft has replay, paintball needs replay, people. It's what
That's a
we
good
need.
point.
Tom Cole, come on, bro.
I will say the pro league is definitely, or the pro league, the pro side is definitely doing more replay reviews. I know Jason Trojan
Sick.
definitely will jump in the trailer to like kind of confirm things or see if there's evidence to kind of, you know, go the other way.
Yeah.
But again, we have like 6 cameras on the field, so it's like not everything's getting seen, not every angle. We're on an NFL game where there's 50 angles all looking at the ball from different sides of the stadium, and you can get those crazy like, oh, he looks out here, but oh, he was in field here.
You know, and to think about it, dude, if we really want like an NFL style stadium, dude, let's look at the big facts here, right? If we want an NFL style stadium for multiple paintball fields, dude, if you want to be up in the stands, bro, you gotta wear a mask, bro. You're just gonna fucking lose an eye. Dude, how often are you walking around paintball events? Dude, I've walked around paintball events and I've just gotten bonked on the head by a random bouncer.
No, so like I agree with what you're saying now, but I think the first part is I don't know if anyone's actually saying we need like a football stadium.
No, you know what I mean? Like
the European
platform.
side. The European side does have a kind of cool for Nations Cup. You got me all fucked up, Gavin. But for the NXL final event that happened over there in Europe, they had kind of a cool like stand set up. But because of that, Tom raises the nets, which does have some problems when you get a lot of wind factor and you have a lot of things coming through. But if it's in an indoor stadium, that gets rid of that a little bit, because they're able to raise those up higher and they're having the support from the ceiling for them.
I think last year, the first Europe event, it was like in a stadium style, but instead of like raising the nets, they put nets over the top.
There we go.
Essentially like a roof, and that covered it all. And
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm assuming that the wind's not affecting that as bad as raising the nets another 20 feet.
Problem
Yeah.
solved. There we go.
Because that definitely is kind of the limit of how tall you can make a paintball net. Is like, because we had that one Philly event where the semi-pro field literally got blown over just because those nets catch wind and they become sails at that point. And so, if the ground gets a little wet, it becomes muddy. Those poles can get just ripped out of the ground. If it's a strong enough gust. And we definitely play in some areas where that'll happen. I mean, that
Bro.
Texas event, that storm that came in was wild, dude.
Dude, I've seen a fucking flying bounce house flying through the air one time where a bunker gets unstaked When this was with the W, and everybody's like, whoop, everybody jump on the bunkers. We all jump on the bunkers. Like,
Dude,
hold them
that'd
all
be so
down.
funny. You and your mirror at the you're at the W together. You guys are kind of waiting to go around on each other, and then all of a sudden it just rises up, and you're just like, fuck, just trying to get the jump.
When the shit's moving so fast, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna snap. I'm just gonna sit here and make my bunker do the work. I'm just not moving. I am just not moving. This guy better look into me. So
No ab workout for me today.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. But
Yeah, that's one thing Airsoft's got going for it for sure. It's all indoor. You don't have to deal with weather, rain, thunderstorms, none of that. Viewing area is
That's
pretty
a-
simple. Put some glasses
another
on,
thing.
you'll be straight.
you don't have to worry about like the humidity like with paint. You
Yeah,
know?
it's just a
That's
plastic
like
ball.
dude. That's a huge thing, bro. If you don't know how to take care of your paint, bro, you're already losing like half of your battle. You're already fighting an uphill battle if you don't know how to take care of your paint.
I will say it's funny you bring this topic up tonight. Watching Spick and Span earlier today, there was literally a 45-minute conversation between Greenspan, Lang, and Billy Skaransky was their guest. They were just talking about paint, about like the processes to get a good paintball, and like the differences of why we can't go to a certain formula just yet. They're like, apparently Core is researching and developing some stuff, but it's like it's not ready yet. But that definitely is like the biggest difference. Gelatin is a more porous object, so
Yeah.
it'll let that moisture in, so it'll balloon in size. And on the other side, if it's if there's like, what's the right way to say it? Like osmosis, it'll lose that like water content out of it. So that's when you get that really like hard old ball that doesn't really want to break because it's now kind of become a solid object.
Damn. Really educated me right now, dude. Porous and shit. So such big words.
Yeah, Hatch went to Clovis High for his chemistry, so yeah, he's not really in the same ballpark here.
Hey, but we're playing the same sport though. You know what I'm saying? Playing the same sport.
That's
We're
true,
here.
brother.
But hey, okay.
Central Valley education system.
Okay, Gavin. So one thing is I want to ask you, right? So who is your favorite teammate in Airsoft, and who is your favorite teammate in paintball?
If you don't say Hatch, he's gonna get pissed.
He's not my teammate. He's on.
All right.
He's on a different line.
He was.
Yeah.
For one tournament.
Favorite
Valid.
teammate in Airsoft? Jake. I can't even lie. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I fucked it up so many different times. I think it's Palit.
Hey,
Palit. Jake Palit.
Look who you're talking to. I fuck up last names all the time on this show, all right? So let it fly. Don't have any false confidence.
Jake Palit. That's my favorite Airsoft teammate for sure. He came over to Europe with me for Nations Cup. The way we practice Airsoft is all at night, so I'll show up to paintball Saturday, leave at like whenever it closes, go do something for an hour, and then show up to Airsoft at 5. And my team is not normally there, can't lie to you, but dude that's there every single weekend is Jake. So me and Jake are there every weekend balling out on whoever's there. And
It's a grinder. That's how you get better.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, and dude, favorite teammate in paintball? That's a toss-up for sure. Current line, I'm gonna have to go with Edric. I can't lie, Edric. Dude,
Edric's a dog, dude.
Such a good guy overall. Like
I agree.
He is.
every weekend I'm there, he's there. I mean, what more could you ask for?
That's hard to find, dude. In a sport like paintball,
Yeah.
where it's kind of like on average, the average paintball experience is more on the recreational side. Dude, to find people that are willing to go out and not only spend money but spend time, right? The older you get, the less time you like want to spend on useless ass shit, right? That's one thing I've learned for sure.
Yeah.
And
Down to clown, as you always say, Hatch.
exactly, right? I gotta pick and choose when I'm about to be down to clown. You know, sometimes you see lightsabers in a parking lot, you gotta jump in.
Damn straight.
But you don't
That's
see that every day.
It's an old reference. So I will say though. So Gavin, you're we mentioned it before. We don't have to say town name, but you're kind of higher up in the Northern California area, kind of getting more closer to the Oregon side. So it is quite a drive for you to come down. Does it kind of help that you're able to come down, practice with the guys during the day, and then go over to the Airsoft side at night?
100%. It makes it so much more worth it for me. If it didn't work out like that, I don't know if I'd be driving down every weekend. Because when I was trying out, the whole worry for me was like, how bad is this going to interfere with paintball? Or sorry, how bad is this going to interfere with Airsoft? And when I found out that we do practices every Sunday, Saturday's more of an optional thing, dude, that's just like game changer. Sometimes I'll just wake up Saturday, midday, drive down, play Airsoft, we call it speed night, wake up Sunday morning, play paintball, and drive home. But yeah, from
Nice.
way up in Humboldt County, it's like a 5.5 hour drive to Sac, down the 5.
Yeah, damn, bro. And you also got to pack way more shit too, because now you're not only bringing your paintball gear bag, you got to bring all your Speedsoft stuff too.
Yeah, that HK
I know a
bag
lot of the
is
gear is
heavy
kind of
as
similar. Oh, you fit in one bag, goddamn.
Yeah, that HK bag is heavy.
So, but you know, I was gonna say like a lot of the gear is similar, but you know, like you gotta have a different marker setup. You know, are pads the same? Because I know since on concrete, you probably want like a harder padding to help kind of give some of that slide.
To be honest, I am kind of stupid. I still use the same pads that I use the like carbon pants. I don't know what they're called, but I probably should be using hard shell knee pads. They look stupid though, and I don't want to wear them. But yeah, I think I've gone through like 8 HK pants that just have
Just
holes
ripping through, tearing them up.
irreparable, like massive holes in them. And I used to wear the bigger HK CLX Crash or something like that, like the bulkier knee pads, not the full leg. And that's definitely like safer for concrete, like wearing the carbon sort of legging type pads that I just got them like the other
Protective
weekend.
bottoms.
Yeah, the protective bottoms. I was crawling around and I hit the side of my knee, like the inside of my knee on the concrete, and I definitely felt that shit. And I was like, oh damn, don't do that again.
Yeah, you're gonna feel this in like 20 years. You're gonna be like,
exactly.
what the fuck? Why was I blowing my joints up every weekend?
Yeah. Why did I let my back get this bad? Yeah, no, for sure.
Hey, but it's good because actually, Brandon, you're gonna have another client in about 10 to 15 years here, so he's gonna need some joints replaced.
I got you. Both knees, both hips. Hey, we're good.
Hell yeah.
We'll get it all done in one surgery.
Hell yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. All titanium, everything.
Damn, dude. Cyborg Gavin.
We can rebuild him.
Sheesh, that is so fucking sick. Okay, so one question, genuine question. So when it comes to playing, what do you like more?
Just like playing on a
Airsoft
weekend or
paintball.
playing in a tournament?
Both, if they're different.
Both. Exactly. Yeah, both if they're different.
All right, I think on the weekends, I think I enjoy Airsoft more. Just there's less of a like intense factor. Like I love how like much better I've gotten from playing paintball because it's much more like structured. Chim's yelling in my ear every time I make a little mistake, right?
Hell yeah.
And eats that shit up.
And Airsoft, I don't have that sort of like model. I don't have anybody telling me like, yo, you fucked that up big time. Like I'm the dude that tells people, yo, you fucked that up. So it's more of like a fun
Yeah.
thing. Like I go out there and
It's like a pub game, you know. You're just rolling up, kind of getting a line together. It's kind of more that loose style. We're all just having fun.
Exactly.
Whereas
It's like
like
street ball.
paintball has like a coaching strategy. Like it's meant to be like, hey, you know, especially if you go to a park like like Capital Edge with the DMG program, and there's other examples. It's all right. Here's how you get better. If you fuck up a move, we're gonna tell you so that way you don't do it again in the future.
Exactly. Yeah, and Airsoft, it's just more fun. Like the plastic balls. I mean, definitely less of a like pain in the ass getting shot by one. It's like, yeah, that was nothing. You don't have to like deal with wiping it off. It definitely hurts a lot less. Paintball doesn't hurt that bad, but like you definitely feel it. Like
Yeah, no,
lot-
for sure. It's
lot-
okay.
a lot more
Paintball's
than
hurt.
Airsoft.
I get shot by them constantly on the sidelines. They suck.
Oh yeah, that's the worst though, Ryan. That's the difference between what you're doing and what we're doing, right?
Yeah, you're not
We have the
expecting it.
adrenaline. We have
Yeah,
the
no, when I
adrenaline.
play, I barely feel that shit. But when I'm standing on the sidelines, dude, some of these just like random rib shots, you're just like, fuck, man. Like,
Yeah,
goddamn.
reffing sucks. It's awful.
Yeah, dude, right? And Gavin knows, right? Gavin knows where, dude, sometimes when a guy's like kind of moving down the side, you don't want to like give away his if you're a good ref, you don't want to like give away his move by just like following him like wherever he's going, right? The whole time. Right? So sometimes I'll be like looking forward, but he's like in my sight right here still, right? And I know there's like certain points where there's certain gaps and I just know I'm like, "Oh man, this fucking guy," right? Cuz nobody is if nobody I can stand there cuz nobody's actively shooting it, right? So they only shoot it when there's movement. So the second he gets through the gap, he's already through it, and all the paintballs are just racking me in the face, like right in the face and like the neck. And Gavin knows what that's like now. So Gavin, I appreciate that you know what the Type 2 fun is that we have at
See,
Ref.
Yeah, type two
so-
fun, yeah.
So
For sure.
so for that, I don't want to give away any movement either. But I've learned to every now and then like I don't want to get roasted. Hey. Like I just like throw off like a hey, are we good over there? And like I'll take a step, left or right, like as if I'm communicating to the other side. It's like,
Trying
I'm
to
out
cover
of
up
the
your
way.
moves.
We're good.
Hey, I'm glad you two are saying that because I remember we had an old school conversation. This is an old episode of the podcast where I mentioned like I would sometimes feel like, you know, a camera guys would give moves away on the sidelines because if you're just tracking someone down, it's pretty easy to look over and be like, okay, his camera's gone from the snake 1 to our 50. I'm going to guess the 50's hot. And it was funny because during that conversation, you guys were like, nah, players don't really pick up on that.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
now
I-
it's
yeah.
like,
Throughout
yeah,
the
no,
throughout
they
time,
do.
for sure.
Like,
No,
you definitely
absolutely.
have to
I
have
even
to
do
be
now,
smart
for
about
sure.
that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, and I'm glad you guys are coming over to that side because this is actually a conversation I had with All in Media, Sam Bennett. We were talking about this a bit.
Love
you know,
that guy.
it sucks when, you know, you kind of miss that chance to get a great shot, but at the same time,
You don't want to mess up the whole point.
yeah, if a guy gets there and he just can't do anything because they already know he's there, well then,
The
you
whole
know,
point
it's
of his
kinda-
hard work is like just squandered, just because
Yeah.
of you not even playing the game messed up the flow of the match.
And especially with the pro guys. The pro guys take all the advantages they can. They're looking at every single thing. Did a bunker move? Did, you know, do
the
I hear
grass
something
grow a
coming
little
over
faster?
there? Yeah, like when the Philly event, when we had the dirt bowl, was there a cloud of
Oh.
smoke? You know, like did they see the dust coming out? Like, okay, those are all signs that bunker may be hot. Obviously, the lower division guys, they're a little bit more focused on kind of the straight up gunfight, where my teammates are at, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, dude, if you give Tyler Harmon extra information, he's going to pick up on it and he's going to be able to communicate it to his team.
Yeah, the cameraman and also refs, like, hey, when someone makes a move out, you know, into a ref zone, they'll go, you know, they'll give a hand signal across field, like, hey, we're good. It's like, all right, like I didn't see the guy move, but I know when they give that hand signal, like someone just fucking, hey, you know, caution this. You know, it's nice to know.
Yeah, this one, you see some ref doing that across the field. Yeah, that definitely
fuck.
giveaway. Yeah, exactly.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it is definitely this. So that is the all clear sign. So that's like he made it clean. Did you see anything on your side? Confirm. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like we'll leave him in the game. That's also the time like you'll see the cross field ref be like, oh no, like check him. I think I saw something on the inside. You know, and then a guy will come over. And obviously, if a ref's checking you, that's a pretty easy sign. There's a dude in that bunker. But you know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like. I'd rather them go and check and make sure the player's not, you know, playing on. So it's kind of like that's one of those ones that's just going to happen. But yeah, with my camera stuff, I'm always very diligent of like, okay, he's moving down the snake. If I follow him, the home player can see me. So I just kind of got to wait. And then once they start sending paint towards that, it's like, okay, now they know he's there. I can transition over to him.
Dude, it was like that 5-pack I got against newbies.
Yeah.
And I saw you, Ryan, like filming me. I was like, I'm gonna go get this guy. Stabbed him, and I shoot the rest. And I remember we hit the buzzer. I'm like, fuck yeah, Ryan got that. And just
I
Ryan's
got your
like,
stab. I
Yeah,
got your
that's
stab
it.
because if I like got up and like moved around, you probably wouldn't have gotten the jump on the other guys. So I was like, I can get this one. Sorry, Brandon. The rest is on you, bro.
Hell yeah. And okay, one thing I also want to bring up, Brando, sorry, but our guest here is also one of the newest members of the Hatchets at Street Ball. I know, your worst nightmare, Brando. I know. Your worst
whatever.
nightmare is my team.
the
So,
faggots. I get it.
The B team will get their revenge.
Hey, don't forget about that final game that we played.
No, shut up.
Little sore loser over there.
It is what it is, bro. It is
Shout
what
out
it
Mike
is.
Ryan.
Yeah,
Shout out Mike Ryan,
Ryan.
bro. Dude, because
Gotta do that every time. He gets pissed when we do, but shout out Mike Ryan, you legend.
Let me tell you, dude. Ready for
Dog.
this one? Dude, I'm like, all right, I'm sending my best fucking 5 out there, right? Gavin's on that line. Gavin goes to like, so this is like the Eastern European layout that just came out, right? So the inside set
Eastern
Dorito 2,
European.
whatever.
Yeah, it was the. I went
The
to the
NXL
D2.
Europe layout.
Whatever, yeah. Like the inset D2, where it's basically on like the 40-yard line, right? And Brando's guy goes 50 snake off the break, comes
Dude.
up, immediately fucks Gavin up in a second, and I'm like,
After shooting 2 of my
Oh my
boys,
God.
like I had shot one guy, I had shot somebody running out to the corner, and I was like turning around to say, "Hey, kill one!" And then I see one walking off, I see another walking off. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" I look in the snake and then just get shot right in the face, like
yeah,
clockwork.
dude, I was like, oh my god, I was ready. I was like, oh man, good game, Brando. I am gay. You know,
Hatch was going to towel, and he's like, "Oh wait, shit, I can't do that."
Yeah.
lo and behold, dude, the sun shone through the clouds. Mike Ryan coming in for that 1v3 like a
Dude.
fucking beast. So honestly, I felt like I had a
I,
stacked roster that day. Truly,
Dude, I gotta give Scott a shout out here. Scott Stewart, love the man, Dirty Stew, plays for PB Fit if
Love
you
that
don't
guy.
know him, but you should.
Owner of Wells Clothing.
Exactly.
Use code FTS.
I saw this great clip that Verbal had of him the other day when they were playing their Super 7 event. And, dude, they sent him to the 50 off the break. And Scott's a pro player. He's a pro snake player. He knows how to get there. He got up there so quick. Their center guy still hadn't made it up the center yet on the other team. He just lit him the fuck up. And it's I know that was satisfying as hell when you make it out. You know, you get to that advantage bunker, turn your gun, and it's just, oh, I'm feasting already. And especially with 7-man, you're playing 1 point. It's a lot more survivability. Means a lot more in that style of paintball. So getting that early kill off the break already puts you so much further ahead.
Plus, it's a good feeling when you like get into the advantage bunker, but nobody really knows, right? Maybe you like say if it's like the snake side, right? You put in the guy that usually holds the snake guy at that insert bunker. Then you, without him seeing, right, jump in the snake, and he's like, oh, yo, they're still at the insert bunker. Meanwhile, you're crawling all the way down to the 50 snake, just annihilating his team. Because I love when I get up, and the other guy is looking where I was. Yep. You know, he's like, oh, hey, yo, the insert bunker, and then there's like, oh, fuck, and then it's like, try to turn as much as they can, right? And, you know, sometimes risk a spin.
A great example to kind of show this off, Chad, we had him on the show. Shout out Boucher, Leopard King baby. So he's actually been posting some really cool 360 gameplay. He wears an Insta 360 on his mask. But during practices last week, he had a really good it was a demonstration for new players how to close out a point. There was one guy live in the back bunker, and he had a couple beautiful moves to kind of bait the guy looking one way of the bunker, and then he ran back to the inside to kind of get up another bunker on him, and then he'd be able to pop out and the guy wouldn't know where he is exactly. Definitely go check out his Instagram if you're newer to the sport. That's definitely a clip you should use to kind of take of oh, this is how a higher level player closes out a game. The other thing from that, communication. The whole time he was talking, hey, he's on me, he's looking at me, oh, I hear my player, he's looking at him, now I can move. Those are the little things that you can definitely pick up from when you watch game film from some of these top guys.
Absolutely. I'm gonna break it down even more than that, Ryan. One thing that I was breaking it down, right, being a player, is, dude, he's using the shadows, right? The sun is getting very long, the bunkers are getting long. He's not coming out of a side. He is not coming out of the side of a bunker where the other guy can see the shadow. If you notice the entire gameplay, he's not peeking the far left side of a bunker to where the shadow is the longest.
But he did the one time to bait the guy into thinking he was playing there. So he used that kind of mental advantage of okay, not showing. Oh wait, I'm coming out left side now, and then the guy switches his gun left side, instantly runs back right to get a better position up the field.
When he was giving any serious engagement, where he is fighting for the straight up gunfight, not trying to bait him into looking here, actually trying to get the shot. He was never exposing a shadow on the far left side. So that's one thing that I was definitely breaking down and analyzing that gameplay. So
there's levels to this shit, bro.
Absolutely, right? Just like your fucking 12 points in the 40-yard line and 30-yard line, on Airsoft, Gavin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So complexity to it. It's the same 100%. Shit, just as complicated.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think the pro paintball players are better than the pro airsoft players. I mean, it showed when Ronnie and Chad and Mark and a referee and myself almost beat the best airsoft team.
A referee?
Team. Yeah, a referee.
Were you just yo, do you want to play? And he's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much. That was kind of what happened to me. They were like, yo, we only came with 3, and none of us want to play pistol. And I was like, all right, I'm down. And they're like, all right, sweet. We didn't even have to ask him. And then the other dude was I mean, he used to play, but referee for a year, and I think he's getting back into it again soon.
Gotcha. Okay.
See, you said pro paintball is better than pro airsoft, but professional paintball has been around a lot longer than
100%, and it's
airsoft, Speedsoft itself.
Yeah, it's real pros too. Some of them are being paid to do it. Airsoft, you might get 50% off at HK.
More of a hobby.
Lucky. Yeah, exactly. More of a hobby. So yeah,
I mean, isn't this all a hobby for most of us?
100%. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I would call it a sport.
Obviously, right? Yeah. Obviously.
But yeah, no, I agree.
Okay. Now, I'm curious. Since you've started playing paintball, have you anything that you've learned from paintball? Have you tried to take it over to airsoft, to your team in airsoft, and implement
100%, it? 100%. Yeah, the drills, basic drills that Chim has taught us, stuff that we use, all that kind of stuff, just structure to a practice kind of deal, and definitely like for some reason we didn't even have calls for like, yo, this side's clear, go all the way down this side. So I implemented that into our team, implemented the idea that like, yo, this side's clear, you can actually go all the way down the field, like
Hard Viper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we didn't have that before, so we have calls for that now. And I mean, I guess just like basic strategy, like work your teammates down the field to shoot people in the back, take less gunfights, is definitely something that I brought or felt like sort of gave people the rough idea of.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's one of the kind of things with paintball. Guys have been playing it for so long. There definitely are like, you know, a right way to play the game. Whereas, you know, like you said, Speedsoft, it's still pretty new, you know, less than a decade old at this point. So it's still, guys are still putting together some of those strategies of, you know, you don't have the Iron Men who are getting the G count and starting all that off. Shout out Mike, had to give you that one. Machine Gun Mike. That it's funny. He claims that Iron Man came up with that, which maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. I wasn't there. I was not even born yet. I wasn't even a thought yet. Let's be real. But yeah, I mean, so it's definitely cool to see like, you know, Airsoft is bringing those things in as it's kind of getting more and more advanced and more people are kind of leveling up in that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I like brought that stuff to the sport. That's just like my personal team. Brando is like.
Yeah, but
like,
I'm more so mean like. Yeah, but I just mean in general, like that's not a common thing. Like even D5 teams, they're using kill counts, they're using side counts, you know, like that is a more common thing in the paintball side, where, you know, you get to the pros, they're definitely getting, you know, they have some tighter communication stuff, more calls for things. I know like all the pro teams, you know, they'll have like, if a guy gets to this spot, it's this call. If it's, you know, if there's only two people on, you know, like these two bunkers, will use this call. Trying not to give pro teams calls away right now because there's ones in my head that I'm thinking, but yeah, so it's there's those little things like that are still kind of upgrading from that side.
We actually do have something kind of like that, and that reminded me of sort of the main thing that I brought over, which was a talking order idea, because my team was big on the like home for like the entire point, instead of saying like, yo, they made it to the Snake 4 off the break and they're like fucking our shit up right now. Like we weren't calling the important things, it was more of just like a clusterfuck off the break, say whatever you want. So I brought like this sort of talking order that I found with you guys over.
Yeah, like, and, you know, the basic bunkers that they're going to get to. We don't need to say those right now.
Exactly. And off of that, it was just kind of just like a general idea of we should probably have a call out for like, yo, they're at the 50-yard line. And I'm not going to say what it is, but like, yeah, we have.
Goblin.
We have something for the Goblin.
Dude, I will say, I would never let Hatch make calls for a team because they're just going to be some of the worst things ever.
Let me just say, I be making hella
he's
for our team.
dragging the nuts over there on the Goblin side.
No, I make hella calls for our team, and let me just say, shit's good.
I will say, shout out to one of your teammates, Marv.
Are you kidding me? I'm not going to reveal him. That's an off-air question, Gavin.
All right, that's fair.
I will say, I know you guys don't use this one anymore, but like Marv, one of the funniest ones I think he came up with was trying to, you know, like, who's the guy who's got the ball? Who's the dude who needs to make that next move on the team? And so they would call that the wizard at times, where it's like, you're the wizard. So it's, you know, kind of like a champion call, like, hey, you know, you're the guy who needs to make the play right now to get us kind of broken up in this game. That's just one example. I say it because I don't think you guys use it as much anymore, but they're definitely like, Marv will come up with some interesting ass calls where it's like, I'll never forget that, man.
Some, like, the way we change it to now, we say, hey, Marv's the horseman. Marv's the horseman. You know, and that's
Four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Exactly, right? And so the fifth horseman, that's the guy who makes everything happen. Unsung hero. Never talked about. So.
What? Okay.
Never mind.
You confused me there.
It's okay. But, yeah, I make a bunch of calls for our team that genuinely work pretty well. I would say. Brando, back me up.
It's funny. Marv's like, hey, I think we need to call for this. Hatch?
Yep, and dude, you know, then I'm like, ding! I hit one, and then I say it, and then we juggle it around with the team. We all say it a couple times, and we're like, not bad. We'll use it.
Yeah, not bad.
it's distinctive enough to where we got it. So that's the kind of stuff that I like to use. Whereas, keep it simple. If you're keeping it simple, life is so easy, bro.
Dude, speaking of keeping it simple, any team, all right. The Doritos can be called D1, D2, D3, D4. You don't need to call them the 100, the 200, the 300, because
Yeah, we
that
do
just
that in
adds in
Airsoft.
so much more complication. Because, well, and okay, if you're saying the 100, is that kill one? Is that, you know, a guy over there in that bunker? And obviously,
That's
if you're on a
Doritos.
team for a while, you'll be able to pick that stuff up. But if you know you're bringing in a new player or something for, you know, maybe he's guest in that tournament, that's where those little mental mistakes can happen, you know, thinking, oh shit, 200, okay, is that kill two? Like, you know, not kind of putting together just, oh, it's the D2 or the snake 2 or, you know, whatever you're using, insert here.
Exactly, and you know, okay, one thing that I've always griped about is whenever it comes to like talking to other people. Is that Jangles?
It's the legend.
Yes, get him on, get him on.
What?
Yes,
Let's go.
another fatherly
Dude,
appearance, dude.
We keep getting fathers on the show. We
Dude,
love
maybe
it.
one day
Get in the
mine will show
What's going
up.
on, guys?
Yo.
What's up, Mr. Jangles?
How we doing, boys?
Doing
Good.
fantastic, dude. You know me. I'm
Yeah.
always chilling here, down to clown.
Right on, hat.
And so I just want to say, hey, shout out to Gavin's dad and all the father and mothers of paintball, because dude, they really do. They make it happen. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we do.
Yeah.
Without us,
My
you
mom
guys
is
would be
giving me that
nothing.
same look.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So shout out to the dads of paintball, Mr. Jangles. It is fantastic always seeing you. Seriously, always a
Right on.
blessing.
Well, we'll see
It
you
is
pretty
pretty
soon
cool.
up in Chicago.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
no,
you will.
this is within a month we've had 2 fathers come on the show, so I love this new direction we're taking. It's a very family show over here. But yeah, no, awesome to have you on, man. Real quick question. What would you say is your favorite out of the 2 sports that Gavin plays? Do you like the Speedsoft side better or the paintball side better? And I know he's a little newer in the paintball stuff.
I mean, I gotta say that the paintball situation is just so much bigger and better organized, and the community is pretty badass, and everybody just seems like they're really kind of pulling in the same direction in the paintball world in a way that's pretty awesome to watch and watch him kind of take part in. And the airsoft crowd can be killer, but it gets a little rough out there. In the airsoft.
What makes it rough? What makes it rough?
There's just some personalities that just can't really handle competition. You know, there's just guys that just get too bent out of shape. I mean, nobody likes to lose. I get it. Nobody likes to lose. But like,
Yep.
you know, I mean, give me a break. Sometimes you just gotta cool the hell down a little bit.
Gavin was filling us in on all the bannings and stuff that's been taking place recently. So yeah, it definitely seems, you know, a couple hotheads over in that side of the sport
There's
world,
some
I guess.
highlights. I mean, there's some great sports and some great guys over there too. Airsoft has been awesome for Gavin and for me too. I've had some good times playing airsoft, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but no, I mean, the
Hey, you
paintball
should have been
world-
on my team for street ball. Come on, Gavin told me you were going to come out. You should have been on the hatchets. Gavin,
I know.
father son
One
duo.
day, One day.
next time.
Next time, okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
All right,
I
that
guarantee
means we can ask this
Brando.
question
I
on
guarantee
it. You saw
Brando
the
coaches
penalty
this.
that
Yeah.
the DMG semi-pro guys got at the very end of that.
I didn't hear the first part of what you said.
You saw the penalty the DMG semi-pro guys got at the very end of the tournament in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
How does that compare to Randy's penalty in Rhode Island?
I don't want to answer that.
Okay.
Good to see you guys.
All right, well, hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks
Hell
for coming
yeah.
on.
Sounds good.
Fucking love that guy.
Let's go.
And he brought the dog in too.
Let's go.
Oh, nice. Let's go. Doggo's on the pod. We love that.
Yes, sir.
he's Sitting right where I want to put my chair. Hey, bro.
Slide over, man.
Jeez.
But yeah, I guess. All right, cool. You got another father appearance. We love that.
Let's go,
Brandon,
dude.
do you have a question for Gavin? I know you probably went one with the communication stuff, but
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, so with you again coming to paintball and everything, has your game stepped up at all for airsoft? Like, has that translated?
100%. I've gotten like leaps and bounds better at airsoft just from playing paintball. I mean, it's being around the game more, shooting a gun. I mean, it's a similar story, right? Of just playing one of the sports a lot more. I mean, it'll make you better just in that. And I mean, the coaching aspect with Chim, the DMG organization, Marv, everybody that's surrounding us, Dave. It's gonna make you better no matter what. So 100%.
yeah, and well, I was gonna say like a lot of it does carry over. Obviously, the scoring rules are different. Obviously, the field size is different, but timing on a gunfight, that's something that, you know, it's gonna be on either side. If you know I shot him in, I can wrap and go real quick. You can do that in one sport, you can pick up that timing in the other sport.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. Yeah.
Snapshot's
Yeah.
going to be basically the same.
Yeah,
Basically
that's
the same
what
movement.
we saw during the
Yeah.
tryouts with you, right? I mean, it was only like your second or third time playing paintball, when you came out
First.
to the tri-
No,
No.
second or third. I
Yeah,
played
so-
the
Okay,
combine.
damn. Wow, I'm pissed.
Yeah, and
I played the combine one time when it was
Wow,
in
this
LA.
guy.
That's
I told you
fucking
that for
crazy.
sure. 100%. I told
No,
you
dude, I
that.
was hyping you up like it was your first time ever. God damn it, dude. I'm a liar. You see what you made? You see what you did to me, Gavin? God damn it.
Sorry, man.
So
It's okay.
I guess question, because it just popped back into my mind. You were talking to your dad. Your dad plays a bit, like on the airsoft side as well. Is it?
All right.
What's the story there?
So in that
Yes.
first airsoft tournament, with the grubs, right? So we had so many guns break, so many penalties, so much shit happened in that tournament. We didn't have enough players to play a point, and he played. He played a point in NSL, and he just
Let's go, threw a
he
jersey
literally,
on.
yeah, we got him a jersey like initially. It's just like a t-shirt type of jersey, but he literally just off the break. I told him just stay alive in the home. I don't care what you do, because I mean, we were losing so bad already. There wasn't a mercy rule at this time, and he literally just pulled up off the break and laid all the way down like sniper style in the home with the rifle.
Yes, sir.
But the gun that he was using, like I was explaining, the grips are plastic, right? It was completely snapped in half and leaking. So he was like holding this gun together and like barely pulling the trigger, just trying to
What?
put BBs in the air. Yeah. And another time that he played in Tampa with tacos, this was the first time I met Mark, was at this tournament.
Okay.
We had so many penalties, and this is when penalties were still like you have to sit out full games, and we only went with 6 people.
Uh-oh.
He had to play in like a 30-second attempt, like do or die, ride or die, die on your sword, and he shot somebody. He shot one of the players on the
Let's
other
go.
team, and we won the point. It was like one of these huge moments where me and Coach Figure ran down the side of the field and shot everybody and got the snatch. We didn't win the game, but still.
Yeah, but you
good
need a
attempt.
dude alive in the home to keep him in a bit. You know,
Damn
I
straight,
guess.
yeah, he was
It's
alive.
just important of a position.
Support player, dude. Support
Yeah.
player. Suppressing fire.
Yeah.
Hey, give love to your threes out there. All right, if you're listening to this podcast, go text your 3 right now. Let him know that you appreciate him.
Hell yeah. Good shit, Ryan. I like that one. Let him know.
Yeah, no, I got you, boys.
Fuck, dude. That's so badass, dude. You got your dad
Yeah,
to
that
play.
actually is really
Yeah,
cool.
how you
Like,
play.
because in paintball, there are the stories of dads and sons who play together. I know there's like a couple in Texas that I've seen, pictures and videos of. But you don't ever see them at like the top level of that sport playing together, which is kind of what NSL is. Since there is only that like open division for everyone.
Yeah. I bet you I could find the clip. He just went out there in a t-shirt and like a backpack with a tank in it and just...
You gotta find that clip for
Oh,
me,
I
bro.
got
You
you,
gotta
bro. I'll
find
look.
that clip for me.
I'll look right after this because it's
Hell
buried.
yeah.
The way they do the streams is like a 12-hour YouTube video with all these ads and all this crazy
Oh,
shit.
yeah, so it's
hell
like you
yeah.
gotta
Welcome
find
to
it in there.
Paintball 2.
Yeah.
We just do it in 2 parts where it's 2 5-hour videos.
Yeah. I mean,
No, we just use
a little
Go
bit.
Sports and we just pay for the service.
Yep, basically.
Which
Major
I don't know
League
if that's
Paintball
better
Plus,
because.
they changed their name.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they have changed the name. They're a combined brand now, I think. But again, that goes back to the whole thing. Maybe we should put paintball on Twitch and YouTube because maybe more people would actually watch it.
Yeah.
Darren, I love you, Darren. You do great things for the sport. How about we, make that change one of these days? All right, I'll get off my soapbox now. I can tell no one here wants to talk about it.
It's okay. I like talking about the controversialness of everything, because I like it.
I don't feel like that's even a hot take anymore. That's kind of like a lukewarm take. Like,
is
yes,
pretty
just
normal.
give more people able to see our sport. That would help.
So, okay, Gavin, one other thing. So, who is like the Ryan Greenspan of Airsoft?
He is.
Valid. That's the only answer now.
The dude that got banned, Junkie, definitely legend. I mean, winning wise, him for sure. Player wise, like just absolutely still dominant. I'm not 100% sure. I would say it's between a couple people. The Nations Cup that we just played, we got one of those awful penalties in the finals. I explained it a little bit earlier. We had to play a couple points 3-on-5, and we won all those points. I would say the 3 dudes that played that, me, Tristan, and Oliver, are definitely some of the best players out there. 100%.
That's right.
Oh,
Put
yeah,
some
that's
respect
sick.
on my
Let's
boy's name.
go. That's my boy Gavin. I was hyping. I remember, dude. You're gonna eventually, since you're going backwards, listen to our episodes. You're gonna get to find the Joe Barrett one.
Yeah,
I
was
find that
just
Joe
gonna bring this up
Barrett,
too.
dude.
Yeah, I
I
listened to
I
it.
was glazing your ass up on that Joe Barrett one, dude.
Well, because what I love,
Edric sent it to me,
Joe
he's like-
was like,
There you go.
No, continue. Oh, but I was just gonna say, like, Joe was just like in disbelief. He's like, "What? There's no way this kid's that good at airsoft." And Hatch was like, "No,
I was like,
no,
yeah.
no. He is that good. He's winning 3-on-5s in like the World Cup type event."
Yeah. His pronouns are just him, bro. Straight up. Honestly.
Yeah,
So,
Edric sent me that a while ago, and he was like, "Yo, dude, you gotta listen to this. Hatch is talking about you hella at like the 20-minute mark." I was like, "All right, I'll listen to it." I listened to it on the flight back. I was going somewhere. I just remember listening to it on a plane.
hell yeah.
He goes to
Definitely
so many
pretty sick.
events, he can't even keep them all together.
Yep. It's all a blur.
I will say, like, like the Evan Middletons, the guys who played on like the U16 team, the U19 team, like, they're through paintball, they're getting chances to go and tour France and go see, other places in the world, which I think is awesome. You've kind of had similar opportunities with Airsoft, being able to go on the Team USA. Where do you guys hold? Is it in Amsterdam always, or?
It's a couple hours south of Amsterdam, but yeah, it's always held in the same warehouse type building called the Real Strike Arena.
But in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's in the Netherlands, in a town called Hellenhaven, I think is how you pronounce it, something like that. But
Okay.
yeah, it's always
Yeah,
over there.
I definitely like that's on my bucket list is going to like the Northern European countries. I think there's some,
So
some
sick.
really cool people over there. It's where my people are from, so I gotta go see the
Yeah.
homeland one of these
Go to
days.
Sweden, you'll be average height. You'll see
Yeah,
how
it'll be amazing. I'll just be looking at people in the eye. It's gonna be great. I won't have to look down at them like, "Hi, Brandon."
I just got to get a
You
step
can't
stool
bring
to
that
talk.
up and not expect to get
I
hit.
just
Come
gotta
on,
get.
bro.
I just gotta get a step stool for Ryan. He doesn't have to bend over too hard when it comes to bro hugs, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, you do the step stool and then you're still like on the collarbone.
Yeah.
doing the girl hug where I'm like, "All right, buddy, he loves
Yeah.
you." Like,
I'll take that over Brando's fucking uppies.
all right, come on, little guy, come on.
I'll take the clavicle hug over the uppies
kicking
any
my
day,
feet
bro.
and everything. Yeah.
Tippy toes.
Yeah.
You gotta jump up.
So,
Again, this is why he married a short Latina woman. All right, he had to find where he could fit in.
hell yeah, dude.
Is she allowed to wear heels? Do you let that happen?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's not gonna come close.
Okay, good. All right.
Let's go. Hell yeah, good shit, Brando. Fuck, dude. I fucking love this podcast, dude. This shit is
We
fucking
get to
awesome,
some
bro.
wild ass places, bro.
Absolutely.
All right, so we are kind of, we're getting more towards the end of the show. For Gavin, did you guys have any other kind of last questions you wanted to throw out there towards him?
Go ahead, Brando. You go
Dude,
first.
so, all right, you came to the tryouts, all right? And, like, we took several people over from the initial tryout group to play against us and stuff. What was your thoughts of, like, when Chim approached you about joining the semi-pro team?
It was kind of a gradual thing is how he approached it. He wasn't like, "I'm looking at you for semi-pro." It was more, I showed up to the tryout with the DMG Pink guys. I saw on their story, like, tryouts this day, and I just happened to, like, I saw it, and I didn't even know if it was still happening. I just brought my gun just in case to that weekend. And played a couple points, beat Lincoln in a one-on-one, and then Shim came up to me and was like, I don't remember what he said to me, but it was something like, "Would you be interested in joining the DMG organization, either D4 or semi-pro?" And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'm down." And he's like, at the very end of the day, he was like, "So we're looking at I think it was 4 of us. It was Edric, Lincoln, me, Evan, and and Nick. It was 5 of us." And he was like, "So I want you guys to come back next weekend. You guys are for sure going to be playing on one of the 2 lines. And next weekend we'll determine whether you're semi-pro or D3 at the time."
That's right.
And I was like, "All right, hell yeah, I'm down to play D3." And then the next weekend I showed up, and at the end of the day he was like, "I want you for semi-pro," and I was just shocked. I didn't really believe him at first. Like, I told the Airsoft people, I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to a tryout. There's like a slim chance I'll get a semi-pro team, but more likely I'll end up playing with the Asylum guys or the D4 line of DMG." And like, "Hell yeah, good luck." And then they asked me how it went. I was like, "Semi-pro, I guess." And they're like, "No fucking way."
Hell yeah, dude. Because I remember, like, right. So I remember watching you, because I'm like, that whole day they're just like, "All right, take a clipboard, take notes," and I'm like, "You got it, sir." Right. So I remember watching you, and you had, without a doubt, like the Airsoft form. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like the chicken wing with the tucked elbow. You know what I'm saying? The fucking side piece.
Oh God,
You know
get
what
that
I'm
thing
saying?
in. Come on, bro.
I had a chicken wing.
Oh
It was
yeah.
the chicken wing. It was this chicken wing, and then
Damn.
this elbow was like straight, it's like almost inwards like this, right?
Damn, I was
And,
that bad at the child. Gotcha.
No, not. And the thing is, right, is main thing that we looked for is the fact that you have like the baseline of like what we kind of look for. The fact that it's like, you know, you're not a little pussy, right? You're not afraid to get shot. Boom, already like you, right? Now it's like, okay, he can run fast. Boom, he's already better than half the people in the league. You know what I'm saying? Because he can fucking run fast. Now we're like, all right, well, if we can get him to run fast and play good at paintball, sheesh, let's fucking get a killer, right? And so ever since then, right, he's been grinding out here like every weekend with us, and dude, he's been without a doubt, on the come up for sure. I remember watching your first tournament, right, at Vegas, the 2 points you did get, and then when you went down to the D4 line and played with them, dude, your body language was way different. You were way more confident. You were way more calm, cool, collected. Your voice seemed louder because you seemed more in control, right? You seemed way more in control of the field for sure.
I appreciate that.
Right, and
I do, yeah.
And that's one thing that I would say you need to learn without a doubt before you come up to semi-pro, right? Is the basics of it, right? You were good at the basics of everything, but we want you to be better and, you know, scrape your teeth down there
He
for
needed
sure.
to learn the flow of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
Right.
that's exactly what I thought too. Like, it didn't really make sense for me to play 2 points an event in semi-pro when all I need is experience, and that's how Chim laid it out for me. And I thought it was a good thing to go down to D4. Like,
Absolutely.
it makes sense. I would rather.
Dude, you don't have any APPA points. Go play as low as you can
think
and
I'm
just
D5
rack
still.
up experience.
I don't even know if I'm D5.
There you go.
I don't think
Absolutely.
I'm D5
And that's
yet.
sick.
Yeah, you're still like the D6 like open category.
Yeah, no, really,
Yeah.
I think I am. I haven't checked it, but it's low.
No, that's dope. And I will say, you know, speaking of the child stuff, you usually play like an attacker, a one position in Airsoft, right? I'm assuming because you're kind of the smaller guy. You'll play.
He's the brains, bro. He's a 3. He's the brains.
I actually, I am the 3 normally. I play it like.
Okay.
My role is
He's got
weird.
the experience in Airsoft.
I go from I'll shoot off the break because I'm one of the big like off the break guns in Airsoft, and this layout in particular I've been able to get like 1, maybe 2 off the break on like a lot of points, especially recently. So I'll shoot off the
Points
break,
over.
and then I'll go from the home into the 1. So technically a 1, but also a 3 at the same time. But the spot that
That's
I go
crazy
to
too.
is like
Late
a
Like-
bloomer. I like it.
yeah, exactly. It's like a 1-3 type position. Like I'm the voice of the team, but I'm still the furthest up the field. Like I can see everybody
Okay.
walking off, and I can put the whole picture together. I can see everything, but I'm still like the person getting the kills.
Nice. And I guess smaller field, it's a little bit easier if you're up in front to kind of help coordinate and quarterback. Whereas like in paintball, you got to talk to your 2 because the dude in the other corner, he's not hearing what you're saying. You know, he needs someone to kind of relay that information and kind of put both sides together. But the point I was going to say there is like, you already are comfortable with attacking. And that's something that is so hard for new paintball players to learn because it's that pressure of like, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to, you know, maybe even there's that like pain element. Like, I don't want to turn the corner on this guy and take 20 paintballs. But if you kind of already are able to turn that off a little bit and be like, that's the job. I need to take him off the field so we can win this point. You're already, you know, that's already so much further ahead than guys who are first kind of introing and coming into the game.
Yeah, I feel like that was one of the learning curves too. What you said before, especially talking, was a big issue of mine. Like, I was used to just like literally talking to my teammate that's right next to me, and then like they'll yell to somebody else, or I could use my much like lower tone of voice or quieter tone of voice in Airsoft, and it would get across the field. But in paintball, like, it just was not cutting it. That was one of the
You
2
gotta be
things.
yelling.
Yeah, that was one of the
Yelling.
2 things Chim would just fucking drill me on every weekend. Ball's gonna drop, kid. Ball's gonna drop. Every single time practice would end with the same thing he'd say to me. It was that, and you gotta learn how to go. Like, I could understand like attacking, but I wouldn't just go all the way. Like when we'd get a Viper, I would stop over and over again. Until,
I mean, right? I'll even reference back to the most recent event, right? Where there was that really long snake on the outside, the fucking highway,
Fuck that
or I guess
thing.
the fucking What would that even be
You gotta
called? Not
crawl a
the
mile to get up there.
right, the fucking racetrack, dude. The landing strip.
On the outside tape, yeah.
Right, and I remember, and I know you remember this pretty vividly, Gavin. You guys were down by 1, like you guys were in the driver's seat, and you fucking, instead of crawling all the way down and being the hero, you came up in the 50 snake, fought a little bit, and then too little, too late. Right at that point, right?
Yeah, I
now
remember
it's
that.
like I definitely see you making mistakes like that way less.
Yeah, so the reason that I did that, not to throw anybody under the bus, but on the start gate, someone did happen to tell me, yo, stop at the Snake 50 and get your gun up and start shooting.
Oh, what a goober!
I remember.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I remember
Hell
he
no.
told you that.
And it was kind of like heat of the moment, like, oh, fuck, Big Dog's telling me to do this. I should listen to the
I'm
experienced
gonna
veteran.
listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna be an Indian right now, not a chief. I'll just do what I'm told.
Yeah, I did what he
Puppy,
said.
stay on the porch. Big
Shut
dog's on
up.
the field.
Yeah. Shot
big
one
boys
dude,
do
and
what
then I was
they
like,
want.
oh, shoot at whatever I see. And then, yeah, died. So, yeah, that's
Gotta remember, Gavin, be a big dog yourself.
yeah,
Bulldog mindset.
that was the moment where I realized that for sure. Should have just,
yeah.
Yeah.
because I was
There's-
walking off the
there-
field and I was like, why didn't I just crawl? Like, there
Well,
was a
because
couple.
like I didn't get to walk that layout all that much just because I was doing other shit during that event, but it definitely felt too like there was really no one you're gonna shoot from that 50. Like maybe if people are playing like big body in their certain positions, but the payoff bunker was when you get to the end, and then you can start to wrap and kind of take out whoever's in front of you, and then get the rest of the guys on the field.
You can shoot everybody from that far spot, and yeah, the
Exactly.
only thing-
When you're parallel with their back center, bro, you're peeling off neck packs and backs, bro.
yeah, you're not even
So-
shooting packs; you're shooting whole bodies. Like you,
Exactly,
It's literally,
exactly.
it's game over. Yeah, I don't know why. I
It's
didn't
game
crawl all the way
angles at
down.
that point.
I would
I don't
love to
think
see
I-
how the pros played that.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Gavin. Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
I don't think I ever had one successful point where I crawled all the way down. There was one. Someone told me Viper, Viper, and I was like, oh, bet. I got all the way in the Cobra, started crawling down, and then just got my head peeled off. I got dunked on by the snake, too, and I looked back. I was like, what the fuck, guys? And then there was
That's
another
relatable.
one. Another one, Lincoln was in the Snake 50. I shot the dude that was widest body. I said, Lincoln, hold the Viper. I'm going to go all the way. And I just hear him tap firing, and I was like, I'm about to get fucked. And I kept crawling, and I just got fucking destroyed. I was like 2 little inches away from being able to pop up and start shooting people. And the dude just wrapped around the Cobra. And I got shot, and I looked right at Lincoln like, really, bro? Really,
You
bro?
let that happen?
No, dude, that is so relatable, dude. When Brando hits me with the "I got your back," dude, I will never.
This has
fucking
happened one time, and Hatch will never let him forget
Dude,
it.
this shit's happened at least 3. Right.
I don't know about that.
Okay, it's happened at least 3, but this one time most recently was so bad because the guy got Brando too.
He did get me.
I look back and I'm like,
He
this
did.
motherfucker.
I was not looking there. I was not looking there.
I'm like, he's like, you got my back, sweet. Point, like just pointing me in the back. Then I'm like, what the fuck?
And I'm walking out too. Fuck. Nah. I.
That's when, yeah, you guys are both looking at each other, walking out like,
I
sorry, man.
I'm
Like,
jogging ever so slightly faster than him. So I jump past him and I go, bro, you said you had my back. What the hell, bro?
What are we gonna do? You know.
It is what it is. Sometimes, dude, with the flow of the game, sometimes you got to realize you got to watch your own back straight up.
Shit.
Honestly.
yeah, protect yourself.
Yeah, you
Yep.
know, you watching your game progress, Gavin. I've liked it being able to play behind you because you have like turned it on to be. I don't want to say like overly aggressive, but you'll get to the spots. You'll get to the 50 quick. You know, you'll get to the kill zone essentially, right? You'll get to the important bunker. And then from
Killzone was an
there-
underrated game on PlayStation.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Continue, Brandon. Sorry.
And you'll get there and like once you're there, it's like, all right, cool. Now I could joystick you, and you're not afraid to. You'll just listen, and it's great.
Yeah, it's great having somebody like you behind me too to actually like joystick me. That's why I say Edric's my favorite
Pause.
team.
Yeah, Edric is able to.
Henderson's
No,
fucking
I-
beast, bro.
Dude,
I like
so,
that.
such a dog.
That's one of my favorite parts about watching like the pro guys is being able to watch like the connections, you know, guys I mentioned a lot on the show, but like the Yosh Rouse of the world where it's like, dude, if you're in front of him, literally he's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Just listen to him and work with him and you'll be able to get whatever job done you need to. But yeah, a good 2 makes their attacker better by giving them the information and telling them exactly where they need to go.
Well, because the thing is, right, if you're a 1 and you studied the layout, you're like, all right, well, if nobody's in this bunker, I can go kill their entire team right now, right? At least that's the way how I look at it, right? Whenever they have me play the snake, I'm like, okay, I'm walking it good enough. Usually there's a big tower in the middle that just fucking hunkers down on the snake and just plows his back once he's crawling down, right? So it's like, in my head, I'm like, okay, as long as they say that there's no whatever that shit is, the blazing goblin, if there's no blazing goblin on the field, right, I'm just going to go all the way down and kill everybody, right? And so when your guy is telling you that there's no blazing goblin, that shit's easy. That shit is literally like addition. 2 plus 2.
Another guy who I love to watch playing the 2, shout out to him, our Colombian brother, VG. I loved hearing him play the 2, because I will say it is a little funny too, because with his accent, like, some things just come out funny. But dude, the whole time he's constantly just UAVing you, just being like, all right, here's what you got. What do you need? What do you need from me? I'm holding this right now. This is what I'm holding. Do you need something else? I can move over. All right, cool. All right. Oh, they bounced out here. Like, here's the heads up. Oh, this is what's happening on the snake side. And it's just this flow of information. Sometimes, it can get overwhelming, but having that is always a lot better than no communication. Yeah.
Because you're already timid, right? Because if you don't know where that one bunker that can just destroy you, if you don't know, you're kind of like, I'm going to take it slow and figure it out for myself. And then at that point, your attack's already cut in half because you're kind of having to do the work yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but if you just get a couple descriptions in your ears, that shit's usually pretty easy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on from kind of the paintball airsoft stuff from tonight. This is for our deep cut homies, the guys who listen to the end of every single episode. Quick update for everyone out there. Like I mentioned earlier on, next week it will be a dead week on the podcast. Unfortunately, for the first time since we've been going. And that's, hey, you'll have the pick show, so you'll have some content to kind of listen to going into that. But after the event, there is going to be a dead week for our public viewers and listeners. Reason being, I'm finally moving. We mentioned it on the last show as well, but I'm getting everything packed up. So yeah, behind me, my whole thing has been cleared out. Been packing stuff up, cleaning out objects today. Gonna head on down there Sunday night, take off, or Sunday morning, take off with the U-Haul and all that. Guys, when was the last time you packed up and moved a whole entire room?
About 2 years ago. Fucking sucks.
There's so much shit, bro. It is, dude. I just feel like I spent 6 hours cleaning and packing and doing stuff, and there's still so many things around here. And obviously, some things like my setup, I'm keeping in place until Thursday or Friday when I need to finally get it broken down, but so we can record the shows and get stuff done. And then hopefully, done all the pre-online stuff, got the Spectrum, talked to them about internet, got the power company and all that stuff done. So hopefully all that stuff's good to go when I get down there and we can, get the show back on on the road. But yes, unfortunately, I'm driving 24 hours to move. It's sorry. Something's got to give, and unfortunately, it's going to be the podcast episode next week. But hey, you coming off the episode or coming off the event, there'll be other things to talk about. So yeah, we'll definitely be back in your guys' eardrum shortly.
If you're mad about that, you're gay. Straight up.
Yeah, that's right. Hatch, tell him.
You're fucking gay.
What were you gonna say, Brandon?
You said that to repay that, you were gonna, once you move out of the place where you are now, you're gonna give out that address publicly, and so that you, right?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna dox the other people who live here, bro. Yeah, send all the pizza deliveries you want. Don't pay for any of them. Just send them here. No, I was gonna say another joke, but we're not gonna say that one because that's not gonna. Yeah, you know where I was going, Brandon.
I do. Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, a little old internet troll there. But yeah, guys. So it's a lot of fucking work, and dude, it also sucks because it's like if you forget something, you just forgot something. Like, you're not coming back to get it. Yeah, you're buying
a new one.
Yeah, whereas, like, when you're doing, like, a crosstown move, you kind of have that, like, ability to be like, all right, here's the first load. We'll see, everything and how it fits in. But yeah, hard commitments. That's what we're doing.
I fucking hate moving. Oh, my God. It really does suck. Packing up everything. And I just fucking hate it. I've done it enough.
Dude, like, the thing I'm worried about is, like, I have my 2 monitors. I have my TV, all my hard drives. I just fucking hope nothing breaks, bro. Like, I'm gonna be bubble wrapping the shit out of stuff, using some of my Echo, cancellation foam I have to kind of help pad things extra as well. But yeah, there definitely is, like, I don't want to get down there and be like, all right, well, there goes my $200 monitor. Gonna have to get another one of those. Oh, this hard drive doesn't work anymore. Fuck, that sucks. Like, it's just so many stressors and little things that kind of go into it you don't think about before you kind of jump into the process.
Ryan, it's gonna be crazy, right? Because obviously, I'm gonna miss you, Ryan. Miss you a ton. I'm not gonna be able to get to see you anywhere near as much. But
we still see each other every Tuesday.
Exactly.
What are you talking
exactly, right? Exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Those fun treat weekends where we do get to go out there and we get to have some fun with the boys outside. I'm very excited for your new adventure, dude. Seriously. And everybody needs to know FTS is going nowhere. We're staying
FTS
on
is going
air.
nowhere. In fact, I'm not going to say who, but I recently got a DM back from one of our absolute biggest guests who might be coming on the show in the recent months. If that ends up happening, I know all three of us are going to be absolutely ecstatic.
I'm going crazy.
Again, not mentioning names, because if it doesn't happen, I don't want to be held liable. But when I got the DM back, I texted the boys instantly and was like, guys, this would be fucking absolutely huge. So
Greg Heffley,
we're still
dude.
putting...
I'm so in there.
But we're definitely, we're putting some things together. We're trying to get some, better guests on the show. Obviously, it's no secret, my brain and my time has been going towards this move. Once it's done, there will be, just more time in the day, more ability for me to be able to get other shit done. So yeah, it's just, we're finally here. It's been kind of on the horizon for a bit, but like I said, this is the last official FTS mainline show that will be recorded from this room. The next one you guys see, it's going to be a completely different setup. Hopefully, I'll still have my Clint Riddle painting. I'll have my Mafia sign. I'll have some other cool things in the background. And there are plans to get some kind of other cool decoration pieces, but those will filter in over time. And then I'm fucking in Texas. I'm going to be staying up a lot later to do this show. That's the other thing.
Dude. That's normal, dude. That's normal for you, though.
Yeah, but if Ryan actually gets a big boy job, that's gonna start being kind of a bitch to have to stay up super late. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
It is what it is, man. And the thing is, right? Luckily, through new opportunity, right now we can blossom into even greater people.
What's your opportunity?
I'm just talking about in general.
Okay.
Right.
I was like, are you doing something? You're moving out too? Let's go.
Dude, the amount of shit that I have is fucking stacked past my ears. Right, and dealing with all that shit, bro. I wish I had time for opportunity right now to move my entire life, dude. I envy the fact that you get to do that.
It's not. I don't know if you fully envy it. It's definitely, like I said, it's been a lot of work getting all the setup, all the paperwork shit. Dude, Texas has this whole confusing system where, like in California and probably in other states, there's one power provider. It's like, hey, they're just PG&E. You pay PG&E, they give you your power. That's what it is. In Texas, every other power provider is able to have their own rate, and so there's multiple for one location. So instead of just being like, okay, I signed up with SMUD, I signed up with PG&E, we're good to go, it's no, you have to find a provider that has the best rate with the times that you'll be using power and all these things. So a lot of just interesting little complications that I was on the phone for 30 minutes with a rep this morning trying to figure it all out. Finally was able to, but yeah, big boy adult shit, and it's very confusing, and it's not like anything out here in Cali.
Yeah, no, that sounds terrible, Texas. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but there's other good parts of Texas. There's PB Fit there.
Good point.
Man,
there's comedy.
I'm so excited to be close to PB Fit. I mean, yeah, Scott knows that. All right, he knows we love him. We'll be hanging out a bit. But yeah, the other thing, Brandon, I feel like you're the next on the list to move. Like, what's going on with this, brother? Come on, you're literally married. What are we doing?
Hey, we're trying to save. We're trying to save.
Amen, brother.
I thought you were gonna say you're trying for something else, and that was kind of scared me for a second.
Not yet.
I was very scared.
Want to move first? No, yeah.
Oh, you're talking like a child? That shit is gross.
Eventually, I've heard. I've been told they ruin your life. Ask my dad.
Yeah, ask
multiple times, like every single day.
Yeah.
From not even Bojangles, from Machine Gun Mike, his father, telling him that every single day of his life.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still our number one priority, moving out, but it just takes time. It's just fucking expensive here in California.
Every little part of it is expensive here. I mean, even though I mentioned the whole confusing power thing, I'm looking at like $300 to $400 less a month for power costs out there, and you know, even internet stuff's a little cheaper. Like, just cost of living in general is cheaper. I mean, gas, dude, that was the crazy thing. So gas here in my local area, it's about $4.27 at one of the best places right now, maybe like $4.20 depending on the day. In Texas when we were there, it was $2.99. You're paying $3 a gallon. That saves you so much money right there every time you go to fill up.
Damn, dude, gas is so fucking expensive, dude. If I had infinite liquids coming out of one of my 5 fingers, one of them would definitely be gasoline.
Dude, save yourself so much money in life.
Jesus Christ, bro. Like, they make it so hard to live in California sometimes. I'm like, damn, are they really? They want me to live here?
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Dude, that's the hardest thing with California for me. Beautiful weather. Some of the most beautiful locations in the world are in this state. The people fucking suck. I can't stand the human beings that live in California. But, you know, that's kind of the give and take. You get the nice things, you get the bad things that come with it.
You know, it's really funny. I was talking with my teammate Cedar about this, right? And I've been trying to do it more around my own neighborhood. But when he is around his house, dude, he will wave at his neighbors, and they will wave back. And I'm like...
Nice. We love that. Like, Papa Cedar, literally living up to his name.
And I'm like, did you just wave at them? And he's like, yeah, that's my neighbor. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, dude, because my neighbors are fucking Karens, bro. Like, I live in, like, a corner, right, where I do, like, to park in front of my house, I do, like, a U-turn, right, park in front of my house. These fucking bitches, they put their trash cans out 10 feet off of the fucking curb just so I couldn't do a fucking U-turn. These cocksuckers.
Yeah, I hate people like that.
You know what I'm saying? So I do not wave at those people.
Yeah,
Hell
but
no.
I do see what Cedar's saying, you know? He's got to see these people, you know, usually every day or something, like whenever they're out. So it's good to have good relationships.
Yeah, my neighbors don't wave at each other.
Sorry, Michelle walked in. Were you talking about just Cedar waving at his neighbors? Is that how?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it Vegas when we caravanned and he picked Micah and I up here at our house? Micah drove down, and Cedar went driving by, and he's like, yeah, he's waving at people. He got here, he's like, man, people don't wave back. We're like, yeah, no, don't wave at anyone in Stockton.
Especially this white guy who's like super chippy, like, hey guys, and they're like, I will kill you, whitey.
It's like you wave at them, they're like, dude, what gang sign is that? Like, I would wave, bro.
You from the east side?
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me over here.
Fuck,
209, dude. Baby, 209.
Yeah, you don't wave to people around here, for sure. That's what it seems to be like. Or at least I don't wave back. But I do try.
I guess you could wave. You could be friendly.
I do try. But also, I don't really see that many people out and about very often. You know? Usually, everybody's in their fucking house.
You do live in the middle of nowhere.
I don't live too much in the middle of nowhere, but...
Yeah, Central Valley, same thing.
I do see my neighbors every once in a while, but they're a bunch of fucking nerds. They must stay inside all day, just like me.
Well, I guess.
Fuckers,
I don't know, man. I don't know your neighborhood situation that you got going on down there.
Me either, apparently.
All right, well, good talk. Thank you, Hatch. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and start to bring this one on home tonight. Gavin, I wanted to give you kind of a chance. You know, any like final thoughts, anything that maybe we brought up on the show that you didn't get to answer, any stories that are on the top of your head?
No stories, nothing in particular. Not really anything in particular. I would say shout out to 2 people. Probably not gonna listen to the podcast, but shout out to Adam Fairbanks. A few people that do know him. Just legend, brought NSL to the States, brought me where I am today. I seriously wouldn't be anywhere where I am today without him. Obviously, Bojangles too, coming with me on all of these wild ass adventures, chauffeuring everybody around. I mean, supplying me with the money to buy paint and gas to get down to Sacramento every weekend, which is not fucking cheap at all.
Nope.
Nope. It's a dad who believes in his son's dream, and we'd love to see that here on the podcast.
100%. Yeah,
bro.
He's all for you know what that's like, right?
Not a father figure, but a mother figure, yeah. Hell yeah,
no, I will say, Mama Hatch does the work of multiple parents. She's an absolute patron of paintball. We love her.
When I listen to those like old school like rap videos, where it's listen like
Dear
rap
Mama.
music. Yup, dude, that one I'm like, fuck, dude, that one gets me so hard, right? Especially because it's like, okay, personal time, right? Especially with the stuff with my grandparents right now, right? seeing my mom have the same kind of thing over her mom, that is like a different toll in itself to look at.
Yeah.
Because it's like, where none of us are going to be living forever at any point. Right? I mean, human technology, maybe we'll get to 150. Maybe. That'd be fucking insane, though. Right?
Hash is starting to have death anxiety. It's happening, guys. He's growing up. He's starting to come old.
No, but it's a very humbling experience, right? The fact that it's like, dude, I feel for it. Right? I understand. Yeah. Right? A lot of this shit that when I was young, I just didn't really understand, right? And ignorance is bliss. And now that it's like, wake up, buddy. Childhood's over. Right? You gotta really gotta start locking in on life.
Losing your first grandparent definitely kind of is that moment of like, I'm getting fucking old. All right, shit is like, we're progressing in life. We're no longer, the young little kid who's just playing COD all the time.
Absolutely, right? And it just takes me for a whirl, and I'm just really grateful for everything that I have, all the people that I have around me, and dude, realize where you are. Sometimes we just gotta wake up and be like, all right, we're here in this. We're here in this
realize,
world right
now. Realize.
Yo.
Realize.
Realize.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ending the show with a bar. We love that. Gavin, if people want to go check out maybe more stuff, the Speedsoft side, maybe more some of your paintball stuff, where can they find you on IG? And then the tournaments are live streamed, right? Is there a place where people can check that out?
Yeah. So my personal Instagram, pretty simple, gavinday.4. I don't post super often. I'll try and do better.
Do you have like random capitals in it? Shout out Brody Lewis.
Nope. It's completely lowercase.
Nice. All right, we love that. Nice and simple. Look,
shit.
I love Brody, but man's got like a 0 in there. He's got a 7 as a T. It's like a lead speak name. It's hard to spell that shit.
Xbox 360 gamer tag, bro.
He's just missing the XXX in front of it. That's all. Yeah, that's the only thing missing.
The clan tag,
but
the TTV.
Yeah, the TTV. No, you always got to rock the fun clan tag. All right, shout out my boy Jericho. I've been rocking that shit since like, I don't know, fucking Modern Warfare 2. If I have a chance to make a clan tag, FUN. We're here to have fun. But yeah, the Speedsoft side, where can people check out like live streams and shit?
I believe the Sacramento, they're all on a different YouTube. I don't know whose idea that was, but the Sac County Airsoft on YouTube. If you look up Sac County Airsoft, you'll be able to see all the past live streams, all that kind of stuff. I think that the tournaments in Europe are streamed on the real NSL Sports YouTube. So that's Nations Cup and all that stuff. And then the tournaments on the East Coast, Rhode Island, is Extreme Airsoft on YouTube. And the Instagram for all, pretty much everything in that is NSL. I think it's NSL Sports _ America or NSL Sports _ official. Something along those lines.
Damn, we couldn't have shortened that at all. That's all right. Great branding, great internet branding. That's some like lefty OX1234 type branding level shit there.
Yeah, they're doing their best, right?
There you go, Brandon. I got a smile from him. That's what I was looking for. He gets that reference. We love that. All right, Brando. Since we're talking to you, final thought for the show.
Final thought. Gavin, I'm glad you made the switch over to to paintball from airsoft. You
Freudian slip.
Yeah, you're starting to become a man, play man sport. Instead of a kid's game. But hey, so be it.
You should come over and try it sometime. You should come over and try it.
Hey, I'm just saying. I don't play a kid's game. I just play.
Who do you think would win? Gavin, be honest. Who do you think would win? The Tacos or Semi-Pro DMG?
Tacos, or actually
Tacos.
NSL style, or just shoot each other.
NSL style.
Sure.
Tacos would whoop you all.
I mean,
ass.
And Tacos, yeah. No, and I back him on that too. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But just shoot each other. You think we would win?
I think it'd be close. I think after you guys figure out how the guns work and how they actually shoot dead on straight, y'all would probably win.
I feel like that's where I would thrive.
Yeah.
I'm like, psh,
he doesn't get out. Hey, if there's not a quarter left of paint, Hatch isn't getting out.
Exactly.
Dude.
That's
as
why
the
I
wise
win,
Alex
probably.
Frazee says, not a quarter.
Yeah.
Yup.
It's my favorite comment. Every time there's a wipe clip, you can go to the comments. There will be a clip from Alex Frazee saying, not a quarter. Love him for that. It's consistent.
It was actually really funny where we were watching a duel happen between Alex Frazee and I feel like it was either Wayne Black or Blake Yarber, right?
Oh,
and
Blake, yeah.
And straight up, Alex straight up gets fucking shot in the loader, and I'm like, about to call him out. I'm like, hey, Alex, on you. He goes, whoop, and I go, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
He like wipes that shit off, and he goes, not a quarter.
Hey, Mr. Frazier gets 2 lives when he wants it. All
That
right.
shit was fucking sick. So I'm like, damn, dude, that's my idol right there. That shit's fucking sick.
No, shout out Frazier. Love him on the show. Hatch, final thought for the episode, brother.
Oh man, dude. All right, so Gavin, let me tell you, dude, it's been a pleasure being able to get to know you in this short amount of time. You know, I thought you and I clicked very well at the start. Your sense of humor is fantastic. You're not a fucking pussy, right?
Oh.
That's great. That's great.
That shots
That's,
fired at someone?
Nah, not
Shots
at
fired at a
all.
lot of people. Let's be
Sure.
real.
Yep, absolutely. Hell yeah.
Hatch
You know
has
what?
his
Honestly,
list. He's keeping names.
honestly, hold on. If you take offense to that, bro, I am talking about you, dude. If you really do take offense to that, you know? So, quit being a fucking sissy lala and let's fucking grow up.
You know, we almost made it through the show without being demonetized, but you know what? Let's send it in the final minute. Fuck it, Hatch.
What
Get
did I-
that yellow, dollar sign instead of the green one.
I felt like I was all right. I feel like I'm pretty tame. I'm all right.
You were okay this episode. You didn't drop as many F slurs on this one as you did on the last
That's okay.
episode.
The last one I dropped one and I was like, ooh, maybe I should. I gotta die. Reel it back
Reel
in.
it in, yeah.
Yeah. Better reel it in. Gotta stay monetized out here, people.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's do our kind of final things to wrap up the show. To do so, we need a cool guy of the week from Brandon.
Where is it, Brando?
Sent just now.
Fucking
Dude.
He had it locked and loaded.
motherfucker sending on sent to TikTok.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
thank God, Hatch, you got us demonetized already. Cause shout out
yeah,
to
let's go.
shout out to how does you say
God.
this guy's name? Candle Joseph.
Oh, I've seen this.
You know,
I
dude,
love this one.
This guy, they're showing up to like some cosplay kind of thing,
Oh
like
my
back in
God,
the 1800s.
Brandon.
What?
I've seen this.
This is
And, like, they're
this
just
is Gideon.
they're
Yeah.
just trying to like they're in cosplay, like there's some.
All right. They're in torn white sleeve shirts with chains on, and they're 2 black men. What?
What? It's like 1700s that they're playing, and
Hey, no,
like,
man, give me a whip. I'll play my role, brother.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
on the
God,
prairie.
Hatch, now you made it worse. Now we're demonetized.
Hey,
That's
we
the comment that gets it over
do what we
the
must
line.
for the reenactment. We do what we must.
God. So Hatch definitely would have been on the southern side of the Civil War, I believe.
Dude,
I'm
hey.
just dark enough to not be cool.
dude.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
just
hey.
dark enough to not be cool
Oh
back
my
then.
God. They're and like the people that are there for whatever the fuck this shit is, they're not having it. They're no, this isn't cool. Whatnot. And
You
then,
don't think?
dude? And then there's another black guy that's on a horse, and they point him out. They're like, oh, look, he's playing Django or something. He must have watched Django. That's not. Cool.
God, this shit is so
There's
funny,
jokes
bro.
I want to make, but I'm gonna restrain myself because yeah, those definitely aren't allowed. All right, well, cool. So, cool guy of the week. God damn, Brandon. All right, Hatch. What's the code word of the week for
All right,
tonight?
dude,
It better not be
code
anything
word-
related to this.
Nah, code word of the week. It's more related to you, Ryan. Right? So this one, new adventures, ladies and gentlemen. We are on to new adventures. Right? Out with the old, in with the new, which is what we want.
Out with the old and in with the new. Goodbye, skies
Closing
of gray.
time.
Hello, skies of blue. All right. Shout out High School Musical. All right. Well, moving forward, I got to remind you guys, make sure you rate and subscribe to the show on whatever platform you're listening to. If it's Apple Podcasts or Spotify, drop a 5-star rating. Like I've said before, it really does help us out. It's a quick, easy, free way that you can help support the show. Absolutely no money involved. Make sure you drop a subscription on those platforms as well. You'll get a notification when the next show is live and ready to go. We also have the Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/Mafia_Productions. I do want to give a shout out. A couple new guys joined recently. Appreciate you guys. We see you over there. I know it was a couple of the Oni boys, so we'll I'll see them in person, be able to meet them a little bit more. Know some of the guys from that team. The heavy hitters, the Anthony Hernandezes, the Scott Lopezes. But we'll definitely I'll introduce myself to more of those guys, and excited to get into that group down there. But if you out there listening want more information about the Patreon, as I said, head over to patreon.com/Mafia_Productions. You'll be able to to sign up, get ad-free versions of the show, early access to the show as well. And yeah, just a lot of great things over there. Hopefully more bonus content will be coming in the near future once I am done with this move. We also have the merchandise website. We threw up our new design recently last week, so go check that out at xxvthelabel.com. Link down in the description below. It's the quickest way to get to our page on their website. Other XXV The Label news, I've actually talked with Diaz about doing some kind of content work with them. So if you guys see some more stuff from that coming from the horizon, just know that, yeah, Michael Diaz is cooking down there. He's trying to make some cool things for the XXV The Label, the brand.
Let him cook.
And we definitely appreciate what they've done to help us out with our merchandise on this show. Last but not least, our three sponsors for tonight, Liquid IV. We appreciate them for being here through the beginning. LiquidIV.com, promo code Mafia_Moffitt. Brandon, chug your bottle. There you go.
Yeah.
Every week. Nice. Chug, chug, chug. We love that. Go check out liquidiv.com. Use promo code Mafia_Moffitt. Save yourself 20% off and get free shipping at checkout. NECTR Energy. They've definitely helped me out through today's show. My brain was mush before we came into this, so a little caffeine picked me up and a neurotropic helped me get through it. NECTR.energy. One more time. NECTR. That's how you spell nectar.energy. That's their website where you can head over and get a buy two, get one free with promo code MafiaProductions. And then last but not least, XXV The Label. We mentioned them earlier, but Scott Stewart and those boys, they do some great things for paintball. Go check out their Welts Wednesday drops every first Wednesday of the month. xxvthelabel.com, promo code FTS. Save some money at checkout as well. All right, boys. Well, that's gonna do it. So without further ado, this has been episode number 110 of From the Sidelines. For our special guest Gavin Day, for Brandon Brando Baird, and for Stephen Hatch, my name is Ryan Mafia Moffitt. We appreciate you for tuning in and checking this one out. Hatch, do that thing.
Bye.
See you guys later.